I went. There was confetti all over it. Oh, this is like when the cats taste something that they're confused by. This is my favorite impression he does. It's the cat ate something, it doesn't know what it is. That gets me every time. Fucking gets me every time, man. I will laugh at that. I will like fall off the couch laughing at that if he'll do it at his.
Taylor clearly knew what was about to happen to her, and it turned out exactly what she thought.
You know how they do best in show for like dogs, where they like trot them out? And, like, they do it for like horses too. Oh shit! Are you all right, Trev?
We're good.
You good?
Taylor's gonna kill me. Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 92%ers. We missed you. This is a very special episode of New Heights, a Wondery show. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Yeah, University of Cincinnati grad, Cincy. Wow, baby. Arrowhead can't come soon enough, baby. Let's go, Bearcats. Let's go, baby. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. Jason, we got a good one. Why don't you tell the people what we got coming up?
That's right, 92%ers. You may remember when we said New Heights wasn't coming back till August 27th. Well, that was a lie. That was a lie. And hopefully you can forgive us because we got as Travis said, we have a very special episode today that we just simply could not turn down. That's right. This is a special preseason episode that we decided to bring to you a little early.
So let's not waste any of their time, Jason. Let's get right to it. You want to do the honors?
Our guest today is the singer, songwriter, producer, and director from Nashville, Tennessee. That's bullshit. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania. She is the most awarded artist in the history of the American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, and iHeart Radio Music Awards. Yeah, she has 14 Grammy Awards and is the only artist in the history to win Album of the Year 4 times. Last December, she wrapped up the Eras Tour, which spanned 149 shows across 51 cities, 5 continents, and was the most attended tour of all time. I'm still going. Hold on for him. Her last album, The Torture Poets Department, set a record with 1.76 billion streams globally within the first week alone.
All right.
And as a fan of that guy on the Chiefs, she has 19 wins, 2 AFC titles, and a Super Bowl. 92%ers, are you ready for it? Making her podcasting debut, the most aggressive guest in the history of shows, Taylor Swift!
That intro, Jason. Oh my God.
I've seen this before.
No, look, his soul has left his body.
Just breathe.
No, that was so good. Thank you.
I tried.
Thank you for screaming for like 47 seconds for me. That was so nice.
I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking too.
No, you did a great job.
Take a deep breath, big guy.
Did I get everything? How much more could we have put in that? Like, I felt like that was
such an amazing intro. And also just like, thanks for wearing the merch. That goes a long way. Just like immediately makes me feel comfortable just looking deeply into my own eyes.
Okay. All right. That's what I was going for.
It's a good t-shirt. I
Well,
like
thanks for having me. This is my first podcast.
This is amazing. Thank you for coming on.
What took you so long to jump on podcasts?
You know what? I was waiting for you guys to invite me. This is my favorite podcast.
So we've already been over this. You're a big fan of the show. You're a 92%er. What are your favorite segments that you hear Travis and I go into on a routinely basis?
I like new news just because of the screaming. Like I hear him screaming new news from across the house constantly. Yes. It's like my favorite part. Like he'll be like, new news. And I'm in the kitchen being like, new news. So I love that because of just the bellowing of it. Like I love No Dumb Questions.
That's a banger.
I really like it when you give people advice. It's kind of my personal favorite.
Do you usually agree with the advice or do you just like listening to it?
I mean, I think that like you guys give such male-centric advice. It's which I think is just like just dudes who don't want drama. Yeah. Dudes who are trying to avoid the mess. But sometimes you're going to like do a bit and say the messiest thing that they could do, which is funny too.
So we're going to ask the question everybody watching the show is currently asking. Why are you coming on the show? Why New Heights? What are you doing? You have so many better things to do with your time.
This podcast has done a lot for me. I owe a lot to this podcast. This podcast got me a boyfriend. Ever since Travis decided to use it as his personal dating app about 2 years ago. So
worked pretty good.
Yeah. Hey.
Were his friendship bracelets that good? Did you give the friendship bracelets, or was that just on the podcast? Like,
I've never seen
Yeah,
the original.
they didn't leave the stadium because I was butthurt, Jason.
He threw a tantrum. He threw a man tantrum.
Get these out of here.
It's so funny. It's
my
like
plan is ruined.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not.
This is so
she
wild.
Hates me.
Like, it was such a wild romantic gesture to just be like, I want to date you. Like, on, I don't know. It was, at first when I looked at it, I was
Sweetie,
like, this dude is.
That's what it does when you're on the stage and you perform in Arrowhead. That's what it did.
This dude didn't get a meet and greet. He's making it everyone's problem. That's what I thought at first. And then I was
come
like,
to Arrowhead, I get to meet you. That's the perk of playing for the Chiefs.
You realize he didn't even reach out to our management. I was like, when this podcast came out, I was like, did he ever reach out to be like in the tents, or did we know he was in the building? He came with Pat. And he thought that because he knows the elevator lady that he could talk to her about just getting down to my dressing room.
That's how it works. You just go.
And I got denied.
That's how it works in 1973.
When the elevator was just invented.
But he really just was like, I know a guy, I can figure this out. But I actually, when I thought about it, I was like, actually, we live in a day and age where, like, I'm not an online person at all. I'm not like on social media like that. And like, I'm genuinely terrified to open my DMs.
Smart.
It's about, there's smoke coming out of my DMs. Like, I don't want to go near that. I don't know what's
If you want somebody to go through it, I'll go through it just because I'll laugh my ass off.
It's like if you have like 20 million unread DMs, you're just like,
not entertained?
So this kind of felt more like I was in an 80s John Hughes movie and he was just like standing outside of my window with a boombox, just being like, I want to date you.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on a date with me? I made you a friendship bracelet. Do you want to date me?
Just come outside and meet me. Just meet me once. Just give me a chance.
So I was like, if this guy isn't crazy, which is a big if, this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager.
Yeah. And I was sitting there at the Eras Tour listening to every single one of those songs like I know what she wants me to do.
I feel that. That's
exactly what she wants me to do.
She's like, this is just her wish list of like,
meet me, please. Now I'm butthurt.
Yeah. I'm upset that you didn't meet me, even though you didn't know I wanted to meet you because I didn't do any proper logistical planning.
Who plans
Typical
nowadays?
Kelce. Typical Kelce.
It was wild. It was wild, but it worked. I'm glad it worked. I'm just circling back to New Heights to say thank you for this. Yes. Look at this.
I'm the luckiest man in the world.
So yeah,
and thank you to New Heights, all the editing. Jake, thank you for putting that on social media and letting it do its course.
Hold on, before we move on, how did you know he wasn't crazy? Because that's the other side of that, right? Like a guy goes up there and professes his love for you. It's
crazy,
either
Jason?
one, it's like this could be the most romantic thing in the world. It can also be like this is
somebody?
He is crazy, Jason.
I mean, but there's a right crazy.
Yeah, he's the good kind of crazy. And I knew that he wasn't crazy the first couple of times that we talked. I was just like, he's truly getting to know me in a way that's very natural, very pure, very normal. Like also like just the way that he could make me laugh so immediately. About normal things. Travis is like, he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. Like, he's like, when you take a picture on your phone and you put you push the enhance color button, that's like what you do to everyone's life.
When I text, I'm always exclamations.
I use so many more exclamation points now, but I think it was just like, you're so non-judgmental about people. And you were not judgmental about the fact that I knew nothing about the world you were in.
It was the best.
You were nice. You were so nice.
I got a clean slate.
You were like, thank you.
Get a clean slate.
He doesn't know any of my bad stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Jason, on our first date, I legitimately asked him what it was like when the Chiefs played the Eagles in the Super Bowl and he looked across the field, across the line of scrimmage and saw his brother standing on the other, like 5 feet in front of him on the field. Yeah. And he was like, he didn't even look at me. Like, I now know what an insane question that was. He was like, actually, I'm on the offense, And my brother's on the offense, and I'm only on the field at the same time as the defense. I thought everyone was out there at the same time. I thought that the quarterbacks.
I mean, that's how you played it on the playground growing up. So I understand if you hadn't like.
No, you
really
don't understand.
been
I thought it was like Jared Goff is here and Josh Allen's here, and they're gonna be like. They blow a whistle and then they go at each other and they're like, and it's like, who's going to win?
That's actually.
I would love to see Jared Goff play some defense. Let's see Jared Goff on defense.
I've got some ideas. I've got some thoughts. Yeah. I didn't know what a first down was. I didn't know what the chains were. I didn't know what a tight end was.
I am forever thankful for you diving into the football world. Wholeheartedly.
Oh my God. I fell in love with it. I became obsessed with it. I became like a person who was running through the halls of my house screaming, "We drafted Xavier Worthy." And my friends are like, who body snatched you? What do you mean we drafted Xavier Worthy?
I forget where I was, but you were the first person to tell me that we drafted the fastest man in the draft.
No, I was screeching. I couldn't believe it. I was freaking out. We're talking about like,
I'm like, wait, is she right? I had to look this up. I'm like, did she get the wrong information here? But yeah, we traded up.
We're talking about cover 2, cover 4, cover 0, man cover. We're talking. We're learning. I continue to learn.
Maybe somebody else that even knows what those coverages are.
Yeah, I'm not ready to be an analyst right now. Give me 16 months.
You're going to pick up on it. I'm telling you, you would ask some of the best questions when we were up in the booth, and there's like your desire to learn more, but your genuine excitement around it, as well as like your competitiveness.
She's not fucking around. No, Tay's not fucking around. Oh my
God.
She's not fucking around.
Reclaiming masters. You want to tee this up,
let's tee it up. One of my favorite things this summer was Taylor reclaiming her masters. Her recording of her first 6 albums finally became hers.
Yep.
And you haven't really talked about it. You made that beautiful post on all your social channels, thanking everyone that made it happen and everything. But why don't you tell the 92%ers how it really felt?
Oh, wow. So to catch anyone up who doesn't know about this saga, like I signed a record deal when I was 15, and I always kind of refer to it as I got my music back this summer, but I never owned my music at all. So traditionally, a lot of record deals are set up in a way that artists don't own what's called their master recordings. Owning your master recordings means that you have complete control and power over distribution, licensing, and essentially the way your legacy is shaped. It's a huge thing. It's always been a huge thing for me. Like since I was a teenager, I've been actively saving up money to buy my music back and to ever own it in the first place, because it's usually the label that owns it. But I've always wanted this to happen. So it's been sold. My music has been sold a few times. The first time that it was sold, it really ripped my heart out of my chest. And I told everybody exactly how that felt for me and what I was going through. And I started basically defiantly re-recording my music because I wanted to own it. And this was the only way I thought it was ever going to happen. And so
I knew she had a bad kid, and she's just got a little bit of a bad kid.
Yeah.
It's not a bad kid. That's a freaking savvy kid. That's what that is. That's like, hey,
I've been told I've been defiant a lot of times.
Well, you are defiant. You're very defiant.
It's like I
insubordinate, Travis.
Insubordinate. Yeah, it's I think for me, that was the closest I ever thought I would get to owning my music. And so re-recording my music, it was so exciting to get to have that opportunity. But there was still like, I thought about not owning my music every day. It was something that I never was, it's like an intrusive thought that I had every day. And so we do the Eras tour. After the Eras tour, I had a meeting with my team, and we decided this might be a good time to approach the current owners of it. The owners of it was a private equity firm called Shamrock Capital. I knew them to be above board people. They had been very friendly to us. What I was looking to do, though, was I wanted to buy my music outright. I don't want to be in a partnership. I don't want to own 30% of it. I want to own all of it.
Yeah, and you deserve that.
But it was a long shot to think that they would do that they would sell that asset to me.
It's a big asset.
It's a huge decision for them to make, to sell that to anyone, including me. I decided that rather than this be like a business conversation, I'm in the business of human emotion. I would so much rather lead heart first in something like this, because for me, this is not, I want to own this asset because of its returns, because of its, because of the dividends that I will receive over the years. I want it because this is my handwritten diary entries from my whole life. These are the songs I wrote about every phase of my life. This is my photography, my music videos, most of which I funded, my artwork, everything that I've ever done is in this catalog. And so rather than send lawyers or management, like in a big crew, I sent my mom and my brother, who I work with, to LA, and they sat down and they this happened. I don't ever really talk about it because it's huge. They sat down with Shamrock Capital, and they told them what this meant for me. They told them the whole story of all the times we've tried to buy it, all the times it's fallen through, all the times we had gotten plans together and figured out something we thought was going to work and it didn't at the last minute. And so my mom calls me afterwards. She's like, look, they were wonderful. They heard us out. We have no idea which way they're going to go with this. And so I was like, I get it. I haven't gotten my hopes up about this in a decade. And so it was a couple months after the Super Bowl. We're in Kansas City. And I get a call from my mom, and she's like, you got your music. Yeah. And so sorry that it's literally been so long since this happened. It's every time I talk about it. She was like, you got your music. And I just very dramatically hit the floor, for real. Honestly, just started
been a long time coming.
Bawling my eyes out. And I'm just just weeping and kind of unable. I was just like, really? Really? What do you mean? What do you mean? And I'm like, get yourself together, get your shit together. Just go tell Travis in a normal way.
Yeah. And
I knock on the door. He's playing video games. And I'm trying to say it in a normal way. And I'm just like, Travis!
I'm like, oh no. What just happened?
And he's he puts his headset down. He's like, guys, gotta go. And I think you thought something was wrong. And you come up and I'm just like, I got all my music back. And then just start absolutely heaving.
Just dead
crying.
weight. Just dead weight. Lose
Dropped,
all control.
Had no power in my legs to support myself. And this changed my life. I can't believe it still. Every time I think about it, it's I have to tell the short version to everyone, because it is still this will affect the rest of my life. I think about this every day now, but instead of it being an intrusive thought that hurts me, it's, I can't believe this happened. How lucky am I? How grateful am I? I'm so grateful to the artists that helped me with my re-records, because when I did my re-records, I started doing those in 2021. Mm-hmm. And a lot of most of the industry trades were this is a bad idea. This is her sort of derailing her career in a way. Nobody's interested in you doing the same album twice. Fans are not going to be engaged with this. This is not going to go well for her.
Somebody knew though.
And it was I still was able to reach out to friends of mine, like Phoebe Bridgers, Keith Urban, Maren Morris, Chris Stapleton, Haley Williams from Paramore, Fall Out Boy, all these absolutely incredible artists that shape who I am as an artist. Yeah. And they agreed to be a part of the re-records. And I one of the only people I told before this happened was I called Phoebe Bridgers, and I was just and she's like, did you just say what I think you said? I was like, yeah. And so this has just been I'm so grateful for it. It's just unbelievable. And I was so happy you were there when that happened.
I mean, I was,
because I could not stand.
Yeah. I mean, I started crying too. I'm a
you
crier.
were weeping.
I was just so happy for you, because I've seen how you make music. I've seen how you make these videos, I've seen the effort and the focus and the strategy behind what just one album in Torture Poets Department and in Fortnite. And I was blown away that you had been doing this your entire life. And for, your first 6 albums, you weren't given the rights to all of that. And I know what that looked like. And I know how much it burned you that you didn't have that and you didn't have your creation. And I think doing it the right way, creating the fan base that you did the right way, and leading your life in a direction that you were eventually going to get it back somehow, some way, because of you always doing things with the right intentions. So
Thanks.
So how does music ownership, this is so crazy to me. So you wrote these songs, you sang these songs, you put everything into them. And don't get me wrong, there's publishing companies, people that support artists out there, but how does ownership of music even work? Like when you recorded these songs when you were 16, right? Is that like the singer?
Can you dumb it down to us 95%?
Yeah.
The singer gets a certain portion. The artist gets or the songwriter gets a certain portion, and then the publishing company gets a certain portion.
Okay, so that's a great question, and there's 2 main categories that we're talking about here.
Just asked. Go ahead.
So master recordings is the actual recording.
Yes,
it's the actual vocal, band, production, mixing, mastering, that actual thing.
Yes.
Mine also included my album artwork, my music videos, everything that went along with any era of music that I had done for my first 6 albums.
Got it.
Every era.
So then there's another category, which is publishing.
Yes.
I own my publishing, which is why, I have control over, if my song is used in a film, I wanted them to use Taylor's version instead of the original version, the songwriter, can decide that.
Got it. Okay.
And so it's like,
Noted.
I've always been very lucky because my publishing was protected. A lot of artists have their publishing sold away from them, or they sell their publishing. And and a lot of artists, it may not be important to them. It was always important for me. The publishing aspect of it has always been something I've had firmly in place, which is great because my songwriting is the core of why I do this, why I love it so much, and what I think has made anything happen in my career at all.
Greatest songwriter of all time.
That's very nice of you to say that. It's like, says her boyfriend.
Says a lot of people.
Basically, then you have the master recordings side of things. Now, this is a discussion that was not really brought up amongst the artist communities, especially not with fans. This was all kind of industry centric and kind of boring contract stuff that fans were not speaking about.
Sure.
And so one thing that I think is really great that has come about because of this is that I have so many new artists come up to me now and say, hey, I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah. And when I went to go and negotiate for my record deal, I negotiated to have my masters revert back to me after a certain amount of years, or that I own them outright. And it's not for everyone. Not everyone cares about this. Artist to artist, artists have different priorities. Some artists sell off all their masters because everyone's allowed to have their own priorities. What I wanted, though, is that if I were to put the information out about what I went through, at least it gets artists talking about this to decide whether this is a priority for them, because you can't know if it's a priority for you unless you know what has come before you and what has happened. And so the master recordings thing, that's your actual ownership of your recordings. To put it in perspective, if I never would have been able to buy back my music, one day someone else would be leaving all of my music from my first 6 albums to their kids in their will.
Right. Yeah.
And you think about it like that, it's like, I thought of it, I made it, I recorded it, I paid for most of those music videos. I wanted an opportunity to buy that back. And that was important to me.
You feel like they're yours. They should be yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think it was easier for you to do, one, because just you talking about this, you're so aware of the business side of this and the legal ramifications, you're more aware than I think probably most artists are. But being
woman in the world,
it's crazy. Being a songwriter,
says her boyfriend,
smartest woman in the world.
You being the songwriter, being the singer, owning no publishing rights, being able to re-record songs, that gave you leverage and able to make this move, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was it. And also, in my contract, they didn't put a clause in that said I couldn't re-record because nobody was doing it and nobody thought that was a good idea.
Right.
So, and also like, who would be that stubborn? Like who would be that petty?
This badass kid over here.
That they would record
right.
every single thing
It's so badass,
over and
Well,
over
not-
again.
What was your favorite one to
Not
revisit?
just that. Hold on, Bill. Not just that. Who has a fan base that's going to listen to the same album twice in a row?
It's a good point, Jason. It's a good
Like
point.
honestly, and this
I'll
is where
do
they
it.
missed it. You had
If you make
this
a third
diehard
1989, I'll
community
listen
that
to
you had
that one
already
too.
built.
That's the thing is the
You
fans
sold
are,
a story with the second time you released this album, right? And the fans got behind that
Yes.
narrative, and they're
And
like,
they-
Right away.
"Screw the first album. We're rolling with the re-recorded album because we're supporting the artist."
They were like, "We ride at dawn," like,
That's right.
and it was amazing because they're the reason why the re-records worked out. Yeah. They're the reason I was able to purchase my music back because they came to the Eras tour, and basically they're the reason why any of this worked out. And I also want to note that like the other people who are like, "We ride at dawn," my live band, they played on all the re-records. It's like, you want to know why they sound so perfect on the Eras tour. They played on all those records.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're session musicians too. And that's how good they are. And I'm so impressed just by their ability and their dexterity as musicians to be able to do that so convincingly, because there are actually there's the Taylor's versions one. I kind of prefer a lot of that stuff. I think it sounds incredible, but I'm happy to have all of it.
So that leads me to the next question, Tay. Now that you own all of it, you have the re-recordings, you have the original recordings. What should we listen to? Like, what do I roll with? Does it matter?
Choice.
You're just
Dealer's
like whatever
choice.
you guys want. Like,
Yeah, it's really whatever you guys want, because I love both of them. I would not have put out the re-records if I didn't think that they held up or were better. I think a lot of the vocals I did on the re-records are better than the originals.
Ooh.
okay.
But it's like if you found a nostalgia in the originals and that was what you were listening to when you were 12 years old, bopping around in your bedroom, go crazy.
Yeah.
We got them all.
I'm going to start doing comparisons. That's what I got to do. I just got to start doing comparisons.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to every beat.
Yeah.
You're certainly, it's not mandatory, Jason.
I mean, it sounds like a good time.
I'll say this. There's a few good playlists out there that have a mixture of them all.
You've been streaming?
Yes.
Thank you.
I've been streaming for about 2 years now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's why we got that spike in the
That's what it was.
35-year-old
Travis Kelce.
male demographic.
Right.
Yes, that
Hey.
1.7 billion, that was at least 1 billion of those, for sure.
We have one IP address from one iPhone that continually is listening to this playlist. Did you have a favorite album that you re-recorded that, like, are there different eras that you liked recording more, re-recording?
I really liked them all, but I think Red was very special. There were songs that I called From the Vault songs, and there was one which I think is maybe my favorite song I've ever written, called All Too Well, the 10-minute version, where I unearthed. There were originally so many more verses in that song than ended up being on the album that I had put out when I originally put out Red. I made the glorious, fortuitous mistake of saying that to my fans in an interview. You know what those words mean.
I love it.
You're so handsome. So basically, I said that in an interview to my fans, and they just like hung on to it. They were like, "Where's the 10-minute version? Give us the 10-minute version."
Yeah.
And when it came time to doing Taylor's version and re-recording the album, I went back in, found the verses, restructured the song to the way that it pretty much was when I had originally written it, put them back in. And that song is one of my favorite things I've ever done. And it was when we were on the Eras tour, I'm watching people just like cathartically scream this song to the point where I'm like, do you need to go to the hospital? Like it was so passionate, the fan response to that song at the Eras tour. And I remember thinking so many times, like, what if this never happened? Like, what if I never had to
It's one of the most
re-record
iconic
this?
parts of that tour.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, it really did make me fall back in love with that album specifically. I have a song with Phoebe Bridgers that I really love on that, From the Vault. Chris Stapleton was a part of it as well. And I think that one, I've always loved Fearless in 1989 in a very pure way. But Red, I've kind of gone back and forth over the years and been like, like that re-recording it made me just be like, oh God, I love that album. I have no complicated feelings about that. Wouldn't have done anything different. Maybe except to include the original verses the first time.
Well, we just talked about the different eras a little bit. Let's talk about perhaps the most daunting thing that any artist has ever taken on, which is the Eras Tour.
Oh my God.
You finally finished it up last December in Vancouver. I don't know. What did it feel like to wrap it up? What does it feel like now? Like not touring and being on a jet every day, basically trying to go from country to country. Yeah.
I mean,
insane.
It feels great, Jason, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you.
You don't miss it?
I miss it. I do miss it, but it's like, it was perfect for what it was.
Yes,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was a lot of physical therapy, and it was a lot of like being in a state of perpetual physical discomfort. Kind of like when you're in season,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not getting hit
my first time
by huge 300 pounders, but the heels.
When I saw the
for that
recovery
long,
station in the hotel room after with the toe spacers,
I got an acupuncture mat.
I'm telling you, dude, the similarities were crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, she
We're like
does more than I do.
We're like comparing physical therapy stories, like recovery stuff. But
have you ever tried taping your ankles?
We related on how much
big
torture
ankle
we put our
tape guy.
bodies through.
I miss it because I miss the fans and I miss that connection. But at the same time, it was so special. It was like the most formative time of my life. I learned so much about how far I can push myself. And if I set a goal, making that a 3.5 hour show in the beginning of the tour, it's like, you can't like be sick one day and then decide tonight it's going to be 2.5 hours.
Right.
And it's really just like prioritizing the fans' experience before anything else. And my fellow
with a broken heart.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Dude.
Don't you get me started.
Or like stomach flu, or like just like aching feet or blisters or whatever. Like it just was.
Which she had all of this going through.
Usually
and it's
all
like,
at the same time. But
going into her fourth show.
Yeah. And it's just, it was kind of the coolest thing in the world, because when we were putting together this tour, I had some really lofty goals I wanted to reach conceptually, because I wanted to show fans, and especially younger fans, visuals and sort of performance art references that were really important to me as a kid and what inspired me to want to do this, right? So like, I wanted to put elements of musical theater, Broadway, ballet, scenery that you would see in an opera,
Who thinks like this?
I was about to say, I watched the whole tour. I just thought it was amazing. I didn't know this.
But that's exactly it. I wanted it to be references that I thought were really high concept and really high value for fans, and for them to see things they hadn't necessarily seen before all in one concert. But I wanted to do it at the highest intensity, rapid fire. You're seeing something new every 15 to 30 seconds. And so it feels like you're scrolling in an algorithm, right? Yes. And when I heard reports of people saying that they got actual amnesia after the concerts, I was like, oh, I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think we did it. Nailed it. That's genuine. I wasn't even shooting for that goal when they're like, I saw so many things and I experienced a state of euphoria that I now don't remember what happened to me. I was like, oh my God.
All I remember is that she didn't want to meet me. That's it.
That's it. That's all he got about.
And as much as you, and I've told you this, as much as you want to, give New Heights credit, I give the Eras Tour credit.
Yeah.
I give the Eras Tour credit because if I would have never gone to that show and been mesmerized and just been captivated, and then left with such a desire to want to meet you, I would have never went on here and told everybody how butthurt I was. Yeah, I had never just been so engulfed in the curiosity of who you were.
Oh, that's
And look
really
at this.
wonderful.
You know,
I really
one of the
have.
best things about that last statement is you didn't even know what the word engulf meant before, like you met Taylor. Like this is, you have broadened your horizons so much.
We're the perfect. I'm telling you, it's so. She makes me so much better. So,
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying
No.
that.
and then, but it's like you see you on the stage, and you see how crazy you can get an entire stadium going, and then I get you in a room, and it's like I've known you forever. It's like it was just the easiest conversation I ever had, and it was just so much fun that it just knocked my socks off, from what they say.
Knocked your socks off.
Yeah,
Thank you. I felt
she
the
blew
same
me
exact
away,
way
and
about you.
I had never experienced something so mesmerizing on stage, and then so real and so beautiful in person.
Hey, that's
Should I leave?
wonderful.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave.
I think so. Honestly,
Oh,
at this
sorry.
point, I think everyone should leave.
I don't know where to go from here now. How many countries did you do the Eras tour in?
47,000 countries, Jason.
You just listed that in the beginning.
Well, I said 51 cities, which I don't know if that's right.
It was a lot of countries.
150?
What was really fun about all the countries that we went to is when we first started dating, he was like, I always wanted to go and really vacation in Europe and see
it was so
Australia
much fun.
and, go to Asia. And I was like, well, I got a tour for that, it's coming up. You
Like,
wanna-
oh, nice. You got room for a 6'5" guy to
Yeah, we can
come
figure it
hang
out. Like, no, the dimensions are wild, but we'll make some room. I think we'll have to leave some equipment trunks
Thank
behind
you for
to
accommodating.
accommodate the size. But absolutely, we'd be happy to have you. And we got to travel the world and have vacations and adventures when I wasn't on stage, which was really fun because like Europe was so fun. Australia is amazing.
Yeah.
It was great. And that entire part of our lives, like I was on tour for so long and now I finally am not on tour. And it's kind of great because I'm getting my hobbies back. Like when I was on tour, all I had the bandwidth for was what's the acoustic mashup this week? How do I say welcome to the Eras tour in Portuguese? That was the only thing taking up my brain space. And now
It's been so fun to see what Taylor actually gets into around the house.
it's like, I'd say all my hobbies could be categorized as like hobbies you could have had in the 1700s. Like I get on my
I love
granny
that.
shit.
You enjoy doing all of these homey things. That's
I
basically
love-
what you're saying?
Yeah, I like to sew.
Yep.
I specialize, as you know, in children's purses and baby blankets. I
Yeah.
make two things, and
I
that's
do know
it.
that very well.
Very good at these two things.
I love to paint. I love to cook. I have a
Bake?
different baking obsession every 6 months.
I'm
Yeah.
the luckiest man in the world.
Right now,
Dude.
right now we're very deep in a sourdough obsession that has taken
I am
over my
aware.
life.
Oh,
I am aware.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I'm very deep in it now. You've got
Right?
me deep in this.
I'm
Because
lucky.
of-
I'm lucky. I'm working as much as I am and running as much as I am because I'm getting the caloric intake.
Yeah, he
I'm
asked me to
carboned up.
send him 2 loaves of sourdough at training camp. I'm like wrapping sourdough loaves in like saran wrap or whatever, like cling film. The sourdough's taken over my life in a huge way. I'm really talking about bread 60% of the time now. It's become a huge factor.
I mean, and she's getting good with making all these different versions of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite one was probably, the regular sourdough is one of my favorites, but the blueberry.
Yeah, we do. There's a blueberry lemon. There's cinnamon
this.
swirl, cinnamon raisin, and this one I've been workshopping for the girls because they love everything rainbow. Funfetti sourdough.
Oh my gosh. It's going
Yes.
to blow their mind.
No, it will. Because
Yes.
they love sprinkles. Like we put sprinkles
yeah.
in everything when we hang out.
Yeah.
It's really, yeah.
She's a loafer for life now.
Yeah. And it's gotten
Loafer.
pretty crazy over here. I'm just like always like baking bread and texting my friends and being like, can I send you some bread? I need some feedback. Do you like this one better than you liked the other one? Like I did the rise a little differently. I'm on like sourdough blogs. There's a whole community of us, and I didn't know it.
Oh my gosh!
This is an underworld.
The amount of people hoping that you're on their blog.
Oh, I'm on your blog, girl. I'm on your blog. But it's like I just didn't know this. There's people like me out there, and this is where the internet is good. This is where the internet is a good place where you can curate a reality where like all I really use the internet for is sourdough and when Travis shows me videos of otters on his Instagram algorithm.
I want
an interesting animal.
I want a wild otter so bad. I just want to like find these little creatures.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Be friends with
but
them.
he wants
why
one
a wild one? Why wouldn't you?
Because
aren't they all wild?
Oh no, there's domestic.
There's domestic otters.
He wants one specifically whose life he saved, who knows that he saved
very
its
noble.
life.
Who feels?
Yes.
It's a really specific type of otter he's looking for.
The videos that I watch are somebody just in a canoe.
Yeah, he doesn't want to like go up to an otter and take it from its mother.
No.
He wants to see an otter, and the otter's like, my paw's caught in a shell. And he's like, I got you. And then the otter's like, thank you forever with its little paws.
And I just bring him anchovies
and then it
every
swims
couple
up,
months.
and you're kayaking, and it's like doing this to you. Like, that's what he wants. And I want it too, honestly. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, do otters eat bread? Can we get a sourdough eating otter? That might be the perfect.
We're gonna figure that. I
don't know if
they do.
I don't know.
They're probably.
But yeah, we had discussed maybe like carrying around cans of sardines just in case we run into one.
Nice.
It's better in principle than it is in practice. Easier to conceptualize.
It seems pretty
the
easy
actual,
though. You just gotta go canoeing.
Which is also easier in principle than it is in practice.
Yeah.
For us in terms of just the weight balance on
I'm
the
on
water.
the hunt. I'm on the hunt for a friend.
All right.
Yeah. Stuff you didn't know you needed to know, right, Jason?
I mean, I love otters. I don't know who doesn't love watching Instagram otters.
This is what life after Eras Tour is, though,
Yeah.
Jason. You gotta. It's so.
Travis, I'm retired. I am all in on this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bake. I just don't have the planning behind it. Taylor's a planner, and she's going to have the sourdough alive. We're not going to keep a sourdough alive.
I've folded. What is it? What's the?
He's actually done it. He's actually done it.
Yeah, I've made a loaf. You've had one of my loaves.
He's
actually,
done.
Jason.
He's done all of it. Like we've
Yeah.
set it up where it's like I've got a station and he's got a station and he's done all of it.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's actually baked too.
Yeah, I've stretched and folded before.
Yeah.
But there's just like something
I've
always
weighed,
slightly
I've
wrong
weighed
with
all
it.
the flour.
No, his rose higher than
wrong?
mine. His was
Jason.
more delicious than
All right.
mine. It's like it's also
No directions over here,
No
Jason.
chance.
I get into the
No
whole
chance, Jason. You've had it, and you said you loved it.
I'm not saying it's not good, but it's no ways as good as Taylor's.
That's not true.
I'm
He's
telling
actually-
you, if
I
you
will-
took like 2 chunks and you sent it off to the lab, there's going to be so many more germs and microbes and Travis.
Oh my god! Oh ew! the bacteria count.
What is the fungus in this? That's on this one. No,
Yeah.
That's the sourdough, Jason.
There's
Don't
like-
even.
That's the sour. Okay.
Why is there chest hair in it? How did you?
Yeah.
There's like
The
chest.
apron's too low.
There's like chest hair in his. There's cat hair in mine. It's just like both of these are completely inedible. But it's crazy how many puns you can make. Cause I do I got bread bags and I got, labels. And so you can really go for it with the puns. You go, are you ready for it?
Are you ready?
Flower Song is the slamming screen door. That's horrible. It's a loaf story. Baby, just say yeast.
Just say yeast. Yeah.
What's the one I was doing with dough?
Keep going.
It's a loaf story.
I should have said dough. No, it's horrible. Loafing him was bread. It's bad. You don't know that song, and that's okay.
I love you.
It wasn't on the tour.
Tour. So we do have this. I did fuck that up. 21 countries. Did you learn anything throughout is there anything at the end of the tour when you were wrapping up that you wish you had been doing the whole time? Is there anything you would do differently now that the entire tour is wrapped up?
No, I I'm really glad that I didn't know it would have gone on as long as it did.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I got to like actually be prepared for this tour the way that I was, because, you know, in previous tours, I had noticed that I would get on the tour and I'd have to like get my stamina up throughout the tour. And by the last quarter of the tour, I'd finally hit my stride stamina wise. And I'd be like, oh, I can do this easily every night.
Yeah.
I wanted to be at that point at the beginning of the Eras tour. So that's why I did so much more training, so much more endurance training and cardio and stuff that, you know, doesn't come naturally because I'm not an athlete. So it's like that stuff I have to really force myself to do.
Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
I mean,
don't you dare say that.
It's how I feel. And I don't even, it's not like I say that in a disparaging way. I don't care at all.
Okay, fair enough.
But
why do we take it that way?
It's not like, I'm like, I'm not an athlete and that's fine. Like I play instruments.
I take it that way because we're undefeated on the beer pong table. I've seen you throw a football.
No, that's not good.
That
and you
counts.
know that's not good.
It does.
No.
It does. You can.
No.
Spiral?
Yes.
You gotta be real
better
with
than me.
because it's not, there's
See?
no spiral. I don't think I've ever caught anything that's ever been thrown to me,
Nope.
near me,
I've seen it.
around
You're just
me.
disinterested in being an athlete.
That's true.
Can you hit something with a stick? That's a telltale sign of an athlete. Good with a stick.
No, I don't know, Jason. I've never tried that.
Never tried-
So it's
we're
like,
we got to try this out now.
We're going out back
here's
after
the thing,
this.
right? My relationship
We
with
give you a bat.
sports was like, you know, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I always heard my dad yelling at the screen watching Eagles games. That was always the sports sounds that I heard in my house. However, I was up in my room playing guitar, learning instruments, playing piano. I was focused on different things. I was like so laser focused on music. And that's how I was in school. Like I would go to sporting events so that I could sing the national anthem. Like everything was a means to an end to get to do music.
Yeah.
I know every halftime show from the Super Bowls, but I didn't watch the sports.
No.
And so
Watching
Travis,
the Eras tour and seeing that power skip, I knew you were an athlete from the power skip.
you're just saying
I
words.
knew it. It's one of my favorite parts.
Just telling lies.
Just see you just skipping down that runway.
Just looking like a giraffe that's limbs were put on all wrong.
Not everybody can. Everybody can skip,
spots.
but not everybody can power skip
Oh
in heels.
yeah, in heels.
That takes athleticism.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate that.
just saying.
What a unique compliment. So yeah, I definitely became obsessed with sports when it came to him. I'm competitive on his behalf, but like if you and me are going to go against each other in something athletic, like I'm going to let you win. Cause this to me, like, I don't see what do the points even mean if I'm doing it. I'm a fan of athletics and the sports. If I'm doing the sports, like I'm throwing like this. Cause I don't really care if it goes where it's supposed to go.
Interesting.
It doesn't bother me. And when I
Until we're
don't
in a
make the
heated
catch,
battle.
I'm not embarrassed.
No?
That's
She's
fine.
She's a good teammate, so she'll give effort if it's teamed up. If it's individual sports, she's not going to care. But if she needs to be held accountable,
If I'm on his team and we're
she'll
playing
show
beer
up.
pong or something,
She'll
like I'm
show
really
up.
trying.
You're in. So you're a team sports.
Because this matters to him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a team
you're all
sports
in.
gal.
Yeah.
Put me on an Olympic one person trying to do some stuff sport. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm getting out of here. Yeah.
I'm doing this. I care.
Okay.
I'm doing
All right.
this. I care. This care a lot.
We're doing this. We're
This,
kneading dough.
I don't
Kneading dough. We
care.
care.
He's stretching forward,
I don't
stretching
care if
forward.
this happens. I don't care if this goes here. It's not part of my metrics for my self-worth.
All right. That's probably very healthy, to be honest with you.
Hey, you know? I was like, as long as you're fine with this.
What? No, I'm completely fine with
Yeah.
you being an athlete. Yeah.
I'm not an athlete. I'm never
I
going to
think
be.
you just missed the whole point.
Yeah.
What?
He sees what he wants to see, and it bodes well for me.
Do you have a favorite thing from the Eras tour?
I have a lot of favorite things from the Eras tour. I would look out and I would see a lot of bonding happening between generations of people.
Gosh, that's so true.
It was really wonderful. It was like the most incredible feeling in the world because I can see all that. I've got LASIK. I have incredible vision. Basically, the Eras tour, I think one of my favorite things was when the fans would come up with their own traditions, right?
Oh, so cool.
Because I can plan a stage show that's like, we know exactly what's happening, when it's going to happen. It's very stage managed. It's a whole production, right? And I love to plan. But I also do love surprises. Like there's a time during the European leg of the Eras tour, There's a song called Willow where we do a performance where we have these, it's a very like witchy performance.
Yep.
We have these like light up orbs and we're in cloaks and it's all very woo.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the fans decided that they were going to bring their own light up orbs. And by that, I mean balloons that they would blow up in the audience. Like,
Okay.
and then they would they would use their phone light behind it and create a light up orb. When I tell you, I looked out. Yeah. Or a glow stick, whatever.
Yeah,
Like they would
yeah,
figure out
however
ways
they're
to illuminate themselves. And it was insane to look out and see spontaneously thousands of these orbs just go up. And I'd just be like, I don't even know who organized this.
Yeah.
Was there a group text? How did you guys even do this? It was so
cool.
special.
Yeah.
It felt like we were all part of something together in a way that couldn't be planned. And there's, as much as I love and relish in planning, it was really fun that they would do things to sort of delight me every once in a while. They had little chants. They had all these traditions. By the end of the tour, it was like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where they have their own
They have their own
choreography.
show, literally.
Right.
It was. I remember being in Gelsenkirchen, Germany.
And you know
And-
what?
and
Love,
What did you just say?
Gelsenkirchen.
love is him
Gelsenkirchen?
learning that.
Yeah,
That's a city?
He came to
I think.
Gelsenkirchen
I think that's how
and
you say
supported
it.
me
I've never
there.
heard of this.
If you
Okay.
say it with a German accent, it probably sounds more like the actual city. But
Okay.
my American accent is Gelsenkirchen.
Gelsenkirchen.
And I remember seeing that part of the show, and they were literally doing circles and like putting the orbs up in the air and passing them to each other like they were performing.
It was so beautiful.
It was
They were
crazy.
so committed. I've never played for crowds that were as committed.
Yeah.
So I think I loved the event of it. Like I'm always trying to figure out how to make music into more of an event, right?
Right.
How do we make it romantic? How do we make it something that people experience together? And, that's why I love vinyl. That's why I love, putting so much into the tour or a music video or events or activities for them to do or Easter eggs or little puzzles for them to solve. Like it's gotten to the point where it's just like, it's a little bit, people are like, the Easter eggs thing is getting a little Zodiac killer at this point. I'm like, as
people
long as
are
they
into it.
like it, you
Yeah.
know?
How do you go about like knowing how to do an Easter egg? I don't even know. Like, where does that process start? Are you like,
Well, I have some parameters.
what is the art of the Easter egg?
The art of the Easter egg is
The
that
art of an
there's do's and don'ts, right? Like I'm never going to plant an Easter egg that ties back to my personal life. It's always
Yeah.
going to be towards music or
Okay.
a musical, something I'm coming up with, something I have coming up, a plan I have coming together, something that you don't know I'm saying for a specific reason that you'll hear later and you'll go back and be like, oh my God. Like I think my favorite one of those was I was given an honorary doctorate from NYU and I made the commencement speech and I put so many lyrical Easter eggs in that speech that when the Midnights album came out after that, the fans were like, the whole speech was an Easter egg.
Yeah,
And that's for me, that's really fun because they find it fun.
for sure.
And also just, I love numerology. I love math stuff. I love dates. I love that stuff like I find really fun. And I want Easter eggs to be a certain thing where like, if you are a part of the fandom and you want to experience like music in a normal way,
Yeah.
then you don't even see these. You don't even care what that thing is above that doorway under that dimly lit flickering light over there that's upside down backwards in Braille. You don't need to know what that is.
I love this. Yeah.
But if you want to look at that,
But if you do,
then
you
it's
get it.
there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you know,
if you're in the know,
you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then you know.
Then you know.
Let's talk about something I don't know. What is numerology? You threw that phrase out there like that's a comment. What is numerology?
You don't know what numerology is?
Travis
Jason?
knows
I'm
what
assuming
numerology
something with
is.
numbers.
Yeah, like I'm 87 and she's 13
Yeah. Literally, it's that simple. Just numbers.
and 100.
Yeah. 13 plus 87 equals 100. That's numerology. Like
But what is the
numbers
significance
that
of
have
that?
a specific
keep it 100.
significance. Like, yeah, exactly.
Keep it
like
100?
Do you not keep
Okay.
it 100 ever?
I'm trying to. I
feel like-
attempt to.
It's crazy that you don't.
What numbers do I have?
You're
for
just admitting that
Kylie's?
like that.
Kylie, I don't know how to do this.
It's okay. It's not for everyone.
My favorite number is 13, though. It always has been. Travis.
I
knows
know.
Yeah.
And that's
And
part of the
that's part of
numerology
it.
of why
That's
we're
part of
dating.
this.
It's
Okay.
part of it.
If it,
Okay.
It's been in my life, my whole
Right?
life.
Travis likes people that like the number 13.
yeah.
I
What
love
does
them. Yes.
liking the number 13 say about us, though?
It says that we're family in
Okay.
in trichodectophilia, I think it is the
What?
obsession with.
No, man.
With
It's
13?
every day, dude. This is every day.
That's a real
You
thing.
know what that
This
means.
is every day.
He knows what this means.
Trichodelphophilia. So that's the obsession with specifically number 13 or something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, triskaidekaphobia is when you hate 13.
Triskaidekaphobia.
Just trust yourself,
Triskaidekaphilia
sweetie.
is when you love it.
Philia is love. I don't know why. I think it was like everybody else was afraid of number 13. So I'm like, yeah,
That's
I like
the phobia.
13.
That's
That's
the
what-
phobia.
okay.
Yeah, you're just being contrarian, which I love. I love that about you.
All right. Well,
You're just like, you want to do this? I'm going to do this.
that's
know?
exactly how I sound.
Oh, Jason.
Let's get
Jason.
all right. Favorite thing about the Eras Tour was, besides going to it and just being like this amazed at everything. I think I was on another podcast recently, just like all of the songs, everything you just talked about, where it changes so much, right? There's something new every 20, 30 seconds. It was incredible. The nonstop length of it. But I'm going to be remiss if I don't say one of the things that I loved is watching Travis Kelce get on the stage. The man in the tuxedo.
It was so good. It was so special. That was like, we were like, that came out because we thought we were doing a bit. Like we both thought we were just joking. Because a lot of what we're saying is like inside of a bit and we're laughing the whole time. And every once in a while, one of us would be like, are you serious? Like I could be. I could be serious. Are you serious?
I was serious in terrifying fashion. I was like, yeah,
it was like wouldn't it be funny if kind
it'd
of
be
thing.
fun.
Yep.
And
I would try not to fuck this up.
It was
no, the show's
Don't you
perfect. You
dare.
don't want to fuck the show up, do you, Taylor?
But I knew you were going to be down for. I knew you were if you wanted to do it. Like I was never going to pressure you to do it. But the fact that when we were talking about it, we were joking. I saw that little twinkle in your eye where I was like, oh, he wants to do it.
You want me to go
He
on
wants
stage?
to do it.
He wants
And-
to.
Do you want me to go on stage?
Yeah, and you got
I
up
mean,
there.
I'll do it.
You were so good. Every single beat, his comedic timing is crazy. Like,
It is good.
and when the lights are bright, he slows down time. Like that's when he.
Well, no, I just black
Thrives.
out and hope that it ends out like perfect.
That's you said.
That's
you and I are
just-
saying the same
That's
thing.
just I did. I
a big
honestly,
blackout
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm big, yeah. Like I rose from that stage, and I saw how many people
Dude.
are looking at you, and I
Oh, yeah.
was just like blackout.
You looked so good.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. Like it was one of the loudest, if
Sorry,
not the
man.
loudest screams I've ever heard on the tour.
It was insane.
It really was.
How many, Trav, you played football in some of the biggest stadiums you've been
No,
in
there's
front.
nothing
People have
like
been staring
this.
at your whole life.
There's
What
nothing
was
like
that
this.
moment like?
There's nothing like this.
Were you
I felt
nervous?
like an ant.
Were
I
you
felt
nervous?
like the smallest piece of life ever. Like that entire stadium, the
Yeah.
floor.
Like, what are all these people doing on the field?
Holy, I didn't know this place felt like this. Oh my gosh. What is going on? I have to pick her up now. Okay, here we go. Don't drop her. Don't drop her.
Don't drop the
So
baby.
funny
Don't drop the
that
baby.
you were actually scared about that. You could like throw me over a mountain and like climb
I
the
don't-
mountain and
listen,
catch me on the other
listen.
side. Like,
Football players drop balls all the time. So this is not a
oh my God, it was so good. It was London. It was Wembley Stadium. It was,
Yep.
those were such special shows. And we had just, wasn't this the week that I got to watch Jason meet the royal family?
It was.
It was.
Yeah. I knew you were serious when I was like, Jason, do you want to go meet? him?"
And he was like,
and I-
what do I do with my beer?
Yeah, I watched him have this moment with his beer where he's just like, but I want to take it but I know that I probably should not take it.
That's right.
I watched this happen, and it was kind of the most
What do I
amazing.
do when I meet?
I like that you picked up on it because that was exactly what was going
Yeah,
to
if
my
I
head.
don't have my beer, what do I do with this hand now?
Is it
like
disrespectful to have a beer when you need royalty?
Or am I just like being authentic by having the beer? I would normally have the beer. Wouldn't they want me to be myself? I'm watching you say that in your head.
Yep.
And it was fantastic. I don't know. I'll always remember that.
memory.
I was just like, I'll always remember meeting you for the first time, Jason.
Do we need to talk about that? That time I did hold on to my beer.
You did.
What was, I guess you brought it up. What was that first impression like? Did you know I was told to be on my best behavior?
I didn't know what you were told, but I did know that one of the first things I saw was like you say to Kylie, I was just shotgunning beers with the Bills Mafia, and I really want to go through one of the fire tables.
Yep.
I want to jump through it. I want to jump onto the flaming table. And she goes, okay, can we not do that right now?
Yeah, guy.
And since then, I've heard her say that exact thing to your 4-year-old about like, mommy, I want to throw this pudding on the wall. Wouldn't that be fun? Can we not do it right now?
That's a common phrase for.
And so I meet you. You're exactly as I thought you would be. Kylie is exactly as I thought she would be. Just like the realest, the smartest, the coolest. You're fantastic. Obviously, you know that. And then I swear to God, Jason, you flew through the window at light speed. I've never seen someone so big move so fast.
It's impressive.
It's like, you know, when you see a cricket and it's here, and then it's gone, and it's 16 feet that way. You're like, did it just jump that way? How did it do that?
And he gets more athletic the more
beers. I mean, it's real.
It was wild.
I really should have played in the NFL drunk. I think it would have been better.
You know what? Not know. At this point, I would never argue with that. And all of a sudden, like, you're out there in the snow. You're handing me children through the window. Like,
I was trying to. That was
fully
not my best moment.
It was. And like, I think it actually was. And I'm
She's
really
like,
grateful.
Taylor. I was like, you want to see Taylor? I got you. Let's go.
We're going in.
Whose kid is that, Jason? Do you know where this kid came from? But yeah, it was, I think it was your best moment. And I think I'm very lucky to have gotten to see it. I love this like new world that Travis has shown me because I really, it's so fun. It's so exciting. There's so much pressure on these players that I kind of was like, I've only ever been in music and been like, you know, seeing that, but the pressure on sports is just such a different type that I have such a respect for everyone. Like everyone I meet on his team, like everyone I see doing this, I'm just like, you've been focused on this since you were a kid. And it shows. Well,
and I'm sure there's a lot of relatability there. Anybody trying to be the best at what they do and dedicating their lives to it. I mean, yeah.
And I've been so lucky because I never have gotten to see what the suite looks like when I play the game.
Because they didn't have a camera
I never
on
get
it.
to see my friends and family. I never get. So now whenever I make a play, I get to see it, what it actually looks like, how much fun they're having, what, you know, the type of support that I get and how crazy it gets. So the Vegas Super Bowl, there was a camera on the suite, and when Nicole scored that touchdown, and to see everybody in that suite start jumping on each other.
People are body slamming each other into other rooms. It was so violent.
It's giving me the chills right
like
now.
Everybody.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
That video.
To get everybody going crazy.
People
like
went down. Like there were people punching each other. It was like absolute chaos. And like I have every memory of that. Like every memory of that moment is intact, but it's just like screaming and thrashing around and trying not to be taken down by this undertow of your friends going absolutely apeshit.
I loved every bit of it.
Oh, it was so insane.
I mean, the suite that is the Travis Kelce suite that has been happening. What was your first impression of that? Of everybody in there? Who's the MVP of the suite? Who's the MVP of the suite?
Okay, so he's got, which is an incredible, like a huge green flag, is that Travis has had the same friends since he's probably 4 years old.
Yes.
Literally.
And he's incredibly good at maintaining friendships, and he's so loyal, and his friends are equally loyal, and they're just the funniest, most hilarious group of people.
Yeah. And you want to talk about green flags. The first game she went to, the Bears game, she literally went through the front door of the stadium.
Yeah, we walked right in.
Just right in like general admission?
Through general admission, through with everybody on the bus to the game.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was just like, oh, she's just in it.
Yeah.
She's down. She's down for the ride. She's
Well, it
here
was
she's here for the fun.
it was
She's
like,
like,
I
I'll
had your
fucking go.
tallest friends
I'll go
around
through the
me.
mud. I'll be a part of Chiefs Kingdom.
Like, if this is where we walk in, this is where we walk in. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have an alternative. I'm like, we just played here 3 months ago
Yeah.
and we went a different way, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to backseat drive this shit.
What was that like? What were people doing?
I remember using, like, Ross was like,
Yep.
Ross is so tall and so broad
Ross.
that it's like that helps a lot. And then just you have a lot of other just like big bulky dudes that
Yeah.
you're friends with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Green flag, not threatened by other guys.
That's right. At all.
I was walking in I had a hat on and I had a mask on, and I'm walking in just in the front. We're walking in with thousands of people in Arrowhead, and nobody noticed.
Oh my gosh.
There were rumors that we had
Nobody
been
was-
seeing each other, but I think people were
I
like,
remember that. Yeah.
what would they talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I hinted
Fair.
on the Pat McAfee show that I was going to see if you would be willing to come see me rock the stage at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since I've
Yep. Saw
seen
her.
you make the stadium.
But
so
nobody
nice.
was like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna
Yeah.
see her there, and we're
Nobody
gonna see her
believed
coming
me.
in through general admission.
It's like, no way this guy landed her. No chance.
Hey.
No chance that whole podcast thing worked.
I didn't believe it when you told me.
You manifested it.
I did. Yes.
You summoned me. Here I am.
Andy Reid has recently revealed that he was the one who set you guys up. How true is this revelation by Big Grid?
Whatever Andy Reid
Cupid.
says, we're gonna stand by.
We're not going to refute anything.
He says it.
Cupid.
That's what
Big
happened.
Red. It's all the same.
That's what happened. He's been friends with my dad. My dad is the most social man who's ever been born.
Shout out to Scott.
I was about to say, who's not friends with Scott?
He's just a maniac. He will make a
my
friend in an airport in 1971, have a 5-minute conversation, and still be talking to that dude twice a week now.
Yes.
But he's like that with everyone he meets. Like he's able to have very many, very meaningful relationships. And it's a skill.
It's a talent.
Yeah.
It is.
It is a mind-boggling talent that I have only known him to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
It's impressive.
savant.
It is impressive.
He's a
It's
savant.
impressive.
Social savant, my dad. And so he knows Andy, and Andy's been coming to shows for years and stuff like that. So I've always had like a really positive vibe about Andy Reid.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what the sports were that he was doing, but I knew that was my dad's friend, Andy Reid.
You knew he was really
I
good.
now know he is literally the most iconic, legendary
Yes.
coach of all time.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like from the way that you talk about him, his leadership style is I respect it so much.
Right.
Because I feel like it's done without like aggression or raising your voice or losing your composure.
no,
It's all
he
very
will-
composed
he
and
will-
focused.
Can happen.
He will rip you apart for sure.
But, like, not in
you
a-
got to be really like
But
not
I feel
running
like
the
it's-
plays he's calling.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, but it's not done. It's not overdone, right? Like if
No,
you get
no.
it from him, you deserve it, and
You
you're
know
going to
he's-
shape up.
Exactly.
That's what I heard from
exactly.
you.
And it,
Yep.
there's validity to it. There's such a genuine like want to get better
Mhm.
that him getting you to like do it the right way is it's like a disciplinary thing. It's just like he wouldn't be doing it unless he saw the greatness in you or he saw your ability to get it right, and he wouldn't be doing it this way if it was any other
Yeah,
way, if that makes sense.
it's
It
like,
does.
there's a lot of heart.
Yeah, there's a stoicism too, which makes the heart when he shows it to you. And I think this is what you're kind of saying, Taylor. He's so like composed and so like locked in. And then all of a sudden, when he does show that little bit of like warmth, it's like, oh, there's that teddy bear. I see him.
Yeah,
in
he's
there.
funny. He's
And then-
cheeky.
Yeah, and then
But it's like
when-
everything has a reason. Like
Yeah.
everything is very like intentional. He's like, I feel like he like coaches and lives in a very intentional way, which I think
Yes.
is really awesome. And it's just like a great leadership style.
Yeah, there's a layer of trust and there's a layer of like discipline where you're gonna have some fun playing for him, but
Yeah.
you're going to know when you got to flip that switch to be serious and be on point and do it his way. He says it all the time. He's got 51%. I was like, all right. Yeah, whatever you say, boss.
I always feel like when you lose your shit, you lose your leadership. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just kind of something I've always kind of tried to administer in what I'm doing. But he's a huge role model for that, of how he motivates people and how he does so without flying off the handle, and is just very focused on what the right thing is at the right moment.
Yes.
You know?
Yep. So so did Andy tell Scott something? Is that what I'm trying to? What did Andy say to Scott?
I mean, okay, so when you guys did the full send on the podcast,
yes,
there was a full send, yes.
And he was like, "You want to date me?" And everybody heard it. It was the shooting your shot heard around the world.
Yes.
Basically, everyone who likes you, which is a lot of people, started reaching out to everyone who knows me.
There we go.
I think it was like Andy was vouching for you. I think it was my relatives, my cousins were like,
love you,
please,
Andy.
please. He's amazing. There were friends that were like, he's actually an amazing guy. Like, he's so great. There was a lot of kind of people whispering in my ear about you. And I actually, that's not normal. Like, it's not normal. There are people just willing to go to bat for you and be like, you don't understand. This guy's incredible.
Well, Andy, well done.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy.
And
for
Scott.
everything.
And Scott, thank you.
There we go, Scott. Speaking of which, how's Scott doing? He's doing good?
So he is doing incredibly well. My dad had an interesting summer. He actually had a quintuple bypass surgery, and that's a really intense surgery.
Yeah.
So it all happened really quick. He went in. I know he would want me to say this because he really he learned a lot through this process. He's had a healthy, perfect EKG every year that he's gone in to get his physicals.
Yeah.
Perfect EKG.
Yeah.
But what found his 5 hard blockages in his heart was a resting stress test. So he's been telling all his friends, you need to get the stress test because that's what's actually preventative. If you can find that earlier, you don't have to have a bypass surgery. You can sort out those blockages with stents and things that are a lot less invasive. So he finds out that he's got these blockages. They're like, we got to do this like tomorrow.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, like, we don't know how you walked in here, dude. This is crazy. So he was, of course, saying to our family, he was like, you guys are busy. I don't want you guys to have to like come in here. Like, you and Austin are busy. Like, just you don't have to do this. Like, don't
brave
come.
dad, the strong dad, you know.
He said something about like when a cat is injured, it curls up around a tree and heals itself. I was like, Dad, cats don't have quintuple bypass surgery.
He tried to relate.
That's wild. You're just saying stuff now. That doesn't mean anything to me. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to come there.
Yeah.
All right. Like,
yeah.
So he wakes up from surgery and it's my mom, my brother, and me and his best friend. And he comes out of surgery and he did like a comedy set for like 15 minutes. He was the funniest he's ever been, and he's usually really funny. But he's like, we didn't know how many blockages he had, and I was like, Dad, you had a quintuple bypass. You had 5. That's crazy. It's more than we thought. And he's like, well, you see, I come from a very competitive family. We're just like, and it was kind of wild because it was very parent-child reversal.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Like my brother and my mom and I were each taking shifts in the ICU and staying with him 24/7. And I remember when I was a teenager, my parents would the big fight we always had is I'd sneak my cell phone into my room and be talking to my best friend Abigail under the covers all night. And they'd be like, you have a test tomorrow. You need to rest. We're taking your phone, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd get to the hospital. My brother will have done the night shift. And he's like, Tay, you got to take his phone. I caught him FaceTiming his friends all night. He needs his rest. He needs to be sleeping. He's FaceTiming all night.
It's like one of the main things you need is your body to just like
recover.
And I'm like, I'm not taking his phone. He'll get mad. He's like, I'm not taking his phone. You got to be the one to take his phone. I'm like, I'm not doing it. My mom's like, I don't want to do it. My mom. So we're just like, it's like we've got we've got to take our teenage son's phone away from him because he's FaceTiming all night. He came out of surgery, tried to give guitar picks to all the nurses and doctors, but he wasn't wearing pants, didn't have pockets, hospital gown. You know, I'm having these moments where I'm like, this dude built play sets and swing sets and cribs for me. I'm building his shower chair and his walker and his like bed that goes like this. Like, it's just surreal, man. And you're like, we just all moved in with him for the whole summer pretty much. And just, because you can't really walk on your own. We had a little harness for my dad, just like walking dad on his harness. And he was like the loveliest patient ever. He just kept saying thank you over and over again. So
guy was full of life, man.
Yeah.
He was appreciative that he caught it.
And he still is.
Yeah. It.
We had we had the FaceTime with him last time we were together, and I was like, he hasn't changed a bit. This guy's still freaking got the energy going. Yeah.
So like Trav was hanging with him the other day, and he was like, so sweetie, he says he's at 75%. And if this is 75%, I'm truly terrified of him.
To give you the update, I'm probably at 85 to 90% now. Scott. So we still got a month though.
Yeah. So my dad's like, new arteries, new me. My mom just got a new knee.
New knee.
There we go. New knees.
She's doing great. She's scampering around. We're not quite at scampering yet, but she's doing great.
She's up and moving around.
Yeah, this was just like the summer of my parental upgrades. Like we're just upgrading the parents, making sure that they live to be at least 186 years old.
Huge.
Because they're two of my best friends, and I just adore them. And it was actually one of the most special things that's ever happened to me, like spending all that time with them this summer and getting to, like, you have those long talks that you don't have when it's like a small, concentrated period of time. This is when I learned to do the sourdough, right? My parents' friend Tina sends over a loaf.
Shout out Tina.
That's my girl.
I love you. Thank you, Tina.
Sends over like the best loaf of bread I've ever had in my life. To call it bread feels really, honestly, sort of like
it's gold.
Sort of like minimizing what this was,
it's modern day gold.
So I'm like, I need to know how to do this. I go over to Tina's house. She teaches me how to do it. She gives me some of her starter. Life is never the same. Okay. All these things are happening in Florida. Travis is doing his training. He's like, look at him.
In Florida.
Look at him. And he's so fast and he can jump so high. So this was our Florida summer.
That's what it is.
It's a hell of a drug.
It's one hell of a drug.
Really Florida'd it up.
How many people have come up to you guys and talking about or spoken about how much they've appreciated you being a part of the Chiefs and like their daughters all of a sudden being in the sports? Because I get it all the time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how much you guys get it, how much the game has grown.
It definitely feels like a lot of people say that to us, which is really kind, because there was never a thought in either of our heads that was going to be.
I had no idea. That was a pleasant surprise. Seeing all the little girls in the stands at games, and you could see a proud father right there standing next to him. It's definitely been fun to see that surprise.
I think a lot of the women and girls, maybe they like watched one game to see me cheer on my boyfriend or whatever. But if they stayed, which is what people are saying based on the numbers, that's because the game is so great and it's such an amazing, interesting thing to learn about.
I will say it was cool to see the comparison of it all, because the way she runs her tour, her show, her like team and everything like that is very like team friendly. There are similarities in terms of her athleticism.
Yeah.
What she's doing for 3 hours.
I mean, listen, I was screaming. I was screaming for 40 seconds during the intro, and I'm out of breath.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But the preparation it takes to get there.
We can work on that. I got a whole regimen for you.
Okay,
we'll get you on the tour prep. It'll be great.
Perfect.
The goals that you set for yourself to achieve, like it's very like there are some similarities that I thought you found like, I don't know, like fascinating that you kind of have that same regimen going into stuff. And I thought that was fun for me to at least see when I saw you on tour and saw how much of a team you guys were. On
paper, like we actually kind of have a very similar job. Like our job is to entertain people for 3+ hours in NFL stadiums. And it's like,
it's
like when I'm there, it's called a dressing room. When Travis is there, it's called a locker room.
Yep,
for me, it's called a rehearsal. For him, it's called a practice. For him, it's called his coach. For me, it's my mom.
Yeah.
So there will be times for like game versus show, right? I'll be like, baby, how was the show? Game. How was the rehearsal? The practice. Field, stage, they're the same thing. We just call them different things.
Yes,
Very
exactly.
true.
It was cool to see the comparisons and how it kind of, I don't know, both aligned. And how hard she works in the gym. We've been to the gym like numerous times, and she works harder than me every
That's
time.
not true. That's crazy. You can like
Every
squat
time.
lift a car.
Okay.
He's just saying
that's
words.
That's just genetic. That's
He's
just
just
genetics,
saying
baby.
words.
That's just,
But
that's the good old
one
Kelce
rep.
genes.
That's one rep. This is what people
I can
forget.
stretch more.
One
That's
rep
what I
of a-
can do more.
Yeah.
I've heard about we've talked about the treadmill walk-in while you're doing the whole show and like all of it. We can't walk for 4 hours.
Are
Kevin.
you
When's the last
kidding
time you
me?
walked for 4 hours, Travis?
I've never even tried that. I'm not stupid enough to try something like that. You kidding me? My knees would be shredded.
Oh my God.
So one of the other things that's been crazy to witness is just the media attention, right? Like I think you play in the
What media
NFL, you
attention?
think Travis
On the two of us.
let me, yeah,
What are you talking
yes. Okay. The media attention on your guys' relationship, on the amount of people that talk about it constantly, the theories that are out there, of which I am probably way too invested in. How do you guys handle all of the noise and chatter about everything that's going on in both of your lives?
We don't really. I don't see a lot of things. I'm of the firm belief that like, you know, if you're basing your if you're getting your feedback from the internet or from comments and stuff, like I just really think that like anything you feed your brain, it will internalize. Anything you feed the internet, it will kill.
Yeah.
I've been in the music industry for 20 years. It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings at this point.
She's a pro, and it took me a little while to be a pro about it. I think initially, and there's still some like wacko theories from the beginning that I was very like, oh no, like how is she handling this? I don't like the last thing I wanted to do is screw this up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in my mind is like her being so calm, cool, collected, and so just real and understanding about everything that's going on. Really made me grow up real fast in that aspect of things.
But also I think the fact that you genuinely find a lot of online discourse to be truly hilarious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
hilarious.
that changes things
Yeah.
for me
That's-
because
discourse and truth.
You know,
Find the humor in it. Find the humor in it.
if he's seeing things and he thinks it's funny and it doesn't even affect his day at all, like that's really completely bled into the way that I metabolize these things. It's at a point where like something can be about me, like my name can be in the actual headline and it can still be none of my business.
Okay.
Like, people might be out here doing too much.
Just shaking ass.
Doesn't mean I have to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
We live in such a social media moment where a lot of people's identities and they get their feedback from that, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm a real constructive criticism guy. Like, give me constructive criticism all day.
Coach
I will
me
take
up.
it.
Coach me up.
It'll fuel
She's
me.
an athlete, dude.
It's helpful, right? But I have so many like friends or acquaintances or people where like they'll see one comment they don't like,
Right.
and it will ruin their day. It'll ruin their night. Like, and I just want to say to them, like, you should think of your energy as if it's expensive, as if it's like a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it.
Yep.
Like, not everyone has invested in you in order to be able to have the capital for you to care about this.
Right.
Because like what you spend your energy on, that's the day.
And it's so true.
Right? Like it doesn't matter where you were. Like maybe you went to go get coffee today. Maybe you saw friends today. If you were obsessing over one thing that you saw, like you literally like saw some guy call you mid and you can't stop thinking about it.
No, he did not.
You can't stop thinking about it. Dude, that's the day then. That's the night then. And so I've been able to sort of mediate a really healthy relationship with not seeing a whole lot.
To what you just said too, and social media expounds all of this because everybody knows if they say one thing, but all of a sudden if they put Taylor Swift attached to it, it's going to get 1,000 more retweets and likes and hate comments or love comments or whatever. It's going to stir up tons of controversy.
Totally.
And I get this way all the time where I just recently like went into the facility with Cam Jurgens and something was happening like in the social media world that I was like, why are people like upset at this person? This is bullshit, yada, yada. And Cam just hit me with like, are they really though? Or did just one person say something? Cause I used to get the same way. where I'd get upset. And then it took me like, actually, nobody really gives a shit about this.
Jason's early Twitter years. Oh, baby.
Oh my God.
Oh, baby. He had to get off. He had to literally step away.
It hit me right between the eyes.
Because he would respond to, I wouldn't say everybody, but he wasn't shy of letting people know how he felt on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. No,
based off of their comments. It was honestly, Philadelphia, you guys know this, it was a treat. And it's become a treat again now that he's back on, because you'll have a friendly conversation.
Twitter used to be like a different thing, right? Like, you remember Twitter. You're like, I fed a squirrel ate a piece of bread. Didn't know they ate bread
I need
like
to get
that.
back on
Straight
Twitter.
Smashed it.
Now that there's autocorrect, I need to get back on
used
Twitter.
To be, right? I'm like, I need a pair of scissors to open these scissors. Like, we're just thinking things, right? It's like a different thing now. And it's kind of about like, information is power, I guess, unless all of your information is geared towards you thinking that everything is about you. Because, not everyone is ever thinking about one person all the time at any point. It's just like, if your algorithm is giving you either criticisms of yourself or adulation or praise, you're creating an ecosystem in which you're the centerpiece of the table. And I just don't think that's healthy. Like, that's not the way I want to move through the world. So I do detach from the internet in a huge way. Like, I'm just not, I have had my comments disabled on Instagram for like 10 years now. Yeah. And it's very smart. I don't miss it.
Yeah. I found that out after the Eras tour. Comments were going to be the first way.
Dude, the problem is, I get so mad, I then go and look at all the other comments, and then Twitter just feeds me more.
And dude, you're on like Reddit.
It's like, so we saw that you like this.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, whereas I'm like, I don't know what this is, but get it out of my office. It's on fire.
Yeah.
My business is making music and taking care of my fans. And I have ways of monitoring what they want from me and how best to entertain them, which is my job.
Yeah.
And everything else, I'm just sort of like, it's not my business. I have actual business that I need to run. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if we just talked about what people said about our relationship? Yeah. Because if we talked about that, that would be all we talked about, because there's so much chatter. It's like, we're busy having an actual relationship.
I want to hear sourdough bread puns.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
hear.
You
will. And that's a promise.
All right. Let's get to the part of this show that I think is what everybody is going to be talking about.
Do I get to say it? Do I get to say? I get to say the two words. Yes.
Well, I think we were going to try. I think
this is
first
what
of all, you can do whatever you want, Taylor. We're not going to review. This is very much whatever. I want to work
within the framework of the podcast. I'm a fan of the podcast.
Typically, we would allow the guests to say new news.
Yeah, I want to do it.
But with Zach Brown, we had another bit that we did. I don't know if you saw.
I don't know if we can get back to this. I forgot everything that Zach taught me already.
All right, let's just let the expert take care of this.
Okay, I wanted to scream it.
Taylor,
just Travis style. Do you want me to start it or echo it?
I think Taylor has a little bit of new news.
Yay! She's a natural. She's a natural.
It was as fun as I thought it was going to be. Oh, it was everything. It was everything and more.
We did talk about Easter eggs earlier.
Yeah.
And at the very last Eras tour, you didn't take the lift. You did not. You went upstage and exited through an orange door. Why did you change the ending?
So I'm happy you mentioned that.
I was about to say, Jason,
did you see that the fans noticed this? Because I was pretty proud of them for noticing that.
They noticed everything.
I was surfing the internet and saw something.
Yeah. So that was, I was pretty happy that they noticed that. I was like, trained them well. So basically every night of the Eras tour,
they know everything happens with a reason. Taylor's a planner. She's not just a random orange door.
Eggs everywhere. Eggs everywhere.
What's happening there? Why? Anyway, so I would leave the stage every night going down the elevator lift. That's how every single Eras show ended, except for the last one, where I exited through a door, an orange door to be specific. And
orange.
That actually was an Easter egg. Basically, the reason why I chose to exit that way is because I kind of wanted to give a little subliminal hint to the fans that I may be leaving the Eras Tour era, but I was also entering
a new era.
A new era. So I wanted to show you something.
Okay. What do we got?
We got,
A briefcase.
yep,
Mint green with TS
Yep.
on it.
yep.
What's in it?
This is my brand new album.
We got TS12, baby.
This is my brand new album. It's called The Life of a Showgirl.
Love it.
It
Love
was
it.
something that I was working on while I was in Europe on the Eras tour.
So while
And
you were on tour.
I was working, I would be
How
on tour.
on earth did she do this on the tour is still blowing my mind.
I just love it. I just love it a lot. I love music. I would be playing shows. I'd do like 3 shows in a row. I'd have 3 days off. I'd fly to Sweden, go back to the tour, and actually like working on this. I was physically exhausted at this point in the tour, but I was so mentally stimulated and so excited to be creating. And this is
And literally living the life of a showgirl.
I was.
While she wrote it.
That's why I called it that. Nailed
Love
it.
it.
So, do you want to see the back cover?
I would love to see all of it. Yes.
Back cover is where we find the 12 tracks for my 12
tracks.
12th
Bangers.
album. So this
Okay.
is, so we got all.
What are they?
So we got track 1, The Fate of Ophelia.
Okay.
Track
Do you
2.
know- Okay, go ahead. I was
wanna
going to say,
talk
do
about-
you know what Fate of Ophelia is?
You wanna talk about
keep
Hamlet?
going.
Hamlet.
I don't want to get Jason all riled up.
Yeah.
So we can just go through the
We can
track.
talk
Okay.
about it
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
Track 2, Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
You know who Elizabeth Taylor is?
You better.
I'm just kind of following. Just kind of following along.
Okay, all right.
Track 3, Opalite.
Opalite.
You know what opalite is, Jason?
Why can we stop asking me? if I know
Okay, I'm
things?
done.
Yeah.
I'm asking Jason things.
He's like, I hate this structure
I
of the
know a
conversation.
lot about this album, and I'm excited.
Track 4, Father Figure.
Father figure. All right.
Track 5, Eldest Daughter.
Okay.
Track 6, Ruin the Friendship.
Ooh,
Track 7, Actually Romantic.
actually romantic.
Track 8,
I wonder who that
Wish List with $2 signs as the S's. Just thought I'd point that out. Grammatical
go.
flourish. Track 9, Wood.
would. Nice.
Track 10, Canceled, but it's in all caps with an exclamation point at the end.
That's a banger.
Track 11, Honey.
Honey.
And can you do drum roll? Last track, track 12, the title track, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. That's awesome.
So that's
Look
that.
at this.
Yeah, and so
That's
then
a
we got
That is a showgirl.
we
Yes,
got
it
this
is.
orange vinyl
it's orange.
here. Yeah, it is, and sparkly.
Entering a new
Look how
era.
sparkly.
It's very nice.
So, what is the significance of the color orange? Why orange?
I've just always liked it, Jason. It really
So it's
feels
not-
like, I don't know.
Okay.
It feels like kind of energetically how my life has felt. And this album is about what was going on behind the scenes in my inner life during this tour, which was so exuberant and electric and vibrant. And, you know, one of the things about this record is like, it's a record I made with, my mentor, Max Martin and Shellback. And the 3 of us have made some of my favorite songs that I've ever done before.
Which ones, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, they were my main collaborators on the Red album. We did We Are Never Getting Back Together, I Knew You Were Trouble, 22, Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, Wildest Dreams.
Oh, hell yes.
You know, ready for it.
So that's the energy
Delicate.
we're going with. Yes, I understand why it's orange now. Okay.
So yeah, we've made songs that I'm so proud of.
There's gonna be some fucking bangers. Yes, I'm picking it up.
Dude,
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
telling
that.
you, it's
Yeah,
12.
it's like that. And so basically, we've never actually made an album before where it's just the 3 of us. There's no other collaborators. It's just the 3 of us making a focused album where, I mean, it felt like catching lightning in a bottle, honestly.
Yeah.
We hadn't worked together in like 7 or 8 years. And
This feeds.
there's
just awesome.
there's something about them. These guys, they're just geniuses in different avenues, in different ways. And we kind of, I'm going to put it down.
Oh,
I've just
Travis,
I've just
hold it.
never like this. Today's the first day I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, So Travis is just going to cradle it the whole time.
Don't drop the baby.
I will not drop this baby.
So it's like, working with them again was absolutely incredible. And actually when I was on tour in Stockholm, I had Max Martin come out to the show and I was talking to him and I was like, I just feel like, we could just knock it out of the park if we went back in and we did this all in Sweden and it was just us three. Like I essentially said to him, I want to be as proud of an album as I am of the Eras tour. And for the same reasons, you know?
Okay.
And he was like, do you understand what kind of pressure that is?
Yeah, I was about to say, that is okay.
I was like,
It's
yeah.
Why
like,
would you? Yeah, we can try.
let's
So
go.
your entire career? Got it. Yeah, we can do that in one album.
Let's do it.
Well,
And
okay.
So it's like, you know, I spent time in the time that we were off doing different projects and he and Shellback were doing different things. And I was making albums that were a little bit more esoteric, like folklore.
She's so hot when she says those big words.
You know what esoteric means.
I know it's for a specific following.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
So he knows what that means. He
What does
pretends he doesn't
esoteric
know what
mean?
these words mean, but he knows what they
Esoteric
mean.
means for a specific following, like a specific genre of people.
He knows what it means.
Okay.
He does like a pretty, I don't know what it means thing, but he knows all the words and he knows what they mean.
I don't know
And he may
anything.
not have read Hamlet, but I explained it to him. So he
Okay,
knows what
there we
happened.
go.
Don't tell my middle school English teacher I didn't read Hamlet.
So
Because I definitely was supposed to.
Spark notes.
It's all right. I watched the Lion King.
All right.
see, he knows what Hamlet is.
Wait, Lion King is based off of Hamlet?
Yes.
Jason, your Reddit searches need to be more focused on
We need to
relevant
get, we need to
things.
get, we need your relationship with the internet to be like a little bit purer.
Don't I got
not
the
pure.
algorithm. I got the
My
My
algorithm.
relationship
I'll
relationship
send
with
you it.
the, if
I'll
we're
send
talking
it. I'll
about,
s-
my relationship with the internet is bad. It is it's about as bad as it can get.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I was like, I made a few records that were a bit more like specific in their sound or whatever, like Folklore, Evermore. Those were a little bit more like alt folk kind of leaning and just kind of exploring and trying to challenge myself as a writer. And I feel like both Max and Shellback did that too in their own ways going out into the world. And when by the time we came back together, I feel like we had so much more dexterity to what we do. And it's almost like we'd all grown up so much. Like Shellback and I were both in our early 20s when we started working together, the three of us. And so it was very much like we were the ingenues and Max was the mentor. And this was the time where it felt like all three of us in the room were carrying the same weight as creators. And
So
it
cool.
was really special. It like meant the world to me to have this creative experience where like we knew that we had to bring the best ideas we've ever had.
Yeah.
And I also know the pressure I'm putting on this record by saying that, but I don't care because I love it that much. And I'm
Confident.
so proud of it. And it just comes from like the most infectiously joyful, wild, dramatic place I was in my life.
Yeah.
And so that effervescence has come through on this record. And like, as you said, bangers.
Bangers.
And we were just like, there's no other songs coming. It's not like with Torture Poets Department, I was like, here's a data dump of everything I've thought, felt,
There's a lot of songs on that one.
in
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. Here's
Yeah.
31 songs. This is 12. There's not a 13th. There's not a 4th. There's not other ones coming. This
Yeah.
is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time.
I love it. I love this so much. Where do we start? I don't know where to start. You gave us a lot of information right there.
I know we didn't tell Jason that we were doing this.
No,
I just said
Jason-
like, can I go on the podcast because Brad Pitt did it and I want to do it too.
And Jason was like, yes, I mean, we can make that happen.
That seems like a valid
the
reason.
request or the ask from either one of us was never going to come. I don't know why I would never ask you. I don't know. Yeah, Brandon still hates me because I
Yeah.
never asked you. But
I
I think
think
this is
waited a
way
lot.
better.
We waited till I
now.
had some stuff to say, I think.
There we go.
You know, I was waiting till I had like a sparkly briefcase to bring. I needed props. It took a long time to put that into production.
So
Well, it is finished. And do you want to tell everybody when it's coming out?
It comes out October 3rd.
October 3rd.
This album comes out October 3rd. It's easy
It's a
to
good day.
remember. It's 10/3.
10/3.
Still annoying. It is also your birthday week.
We got Wyatt October 2nd. We got you October 5th. And then we got Mom October 9th. So this is a good This is a good month.
Yeah, I picked a good month.
It's going to be a good week.
You know, all these Libras
10-3, 13.
The opal birthstones.
I'm picking up this numerology. There we go.
There
Right?
we go.
Yep.
See, I knew you.
Never not annoying. Always going to
coachable.
Always going to try to force a 13 into the situation. And this one was right there. It was just right there. For the photos, there are a lot more photos in this, and there's a poem in this, and basically I love the photography so much that I don't want to show it right now because I want to keep some mystery going.
Love it.
Because that's,
Half
just fun to have things to still discover. Yeah. But the photos are done by Mert and Marcus, who are two of my favorite photographers. The last time and the only time I worked with them for an album cover shoot was with Reputation, with that album. And I loved what they did with those photos. So I called them up for this one. And I'm so happy with the way that the photos came out for this one. And it just basically was like, I was so proud of the music and so excited about this project from a creative standpoint that I was just like, all hands on deck. We're going all out. This is a full send. Like, I care about this record more than I can even overstate.
It's so much fun. And I mean, I understand what she's saying. I've been fortunate enough to hear every single song on here, so I know they're all 12 bangers. Yeah. It's a lot more upbeat, and it's a lot more like fun pop, like excitement. And I think that's a completely I think it's a complete 180 from a lot of the songs on Torture Poets for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's just,
life is more upbeat.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It probably, do you find that your albums mimic everything that's happening in your personal life?
Yeah, definitely.
Your genres that you've done are like so wide spanning between like country, pop, and then like it can get, I don't even know, Torture Poets. It was like so cathartic. It felt like for you probably to write those songs and to release all that.
Definitely. And it was like, I have different goals with different albums. And Torture Poets Department, my goals were strictly lyrical. Like I
felt
love
like every
that
song was a poem.
Oh, and I love that album so much from that perspective. That was strictly what I was trying to accomplish there, was just really a full catharsis. And I loved to embrace the mess of writing from that perspective, of the rawness of that. This, I have a totally different set of goals. I always try to do something completely different if that's what I'm feeling at the moment. And I was feeling a complete pivot at this point in time. And I wanted the album to feel the way my life felt. And this completely matches the way that my life has felt. And I also wanted it to be just every single song is on this album for hundreds of reasons. You know, and you couldn't take one out and it be the same album. You couldn't add one and it's just right. And that focus and that kind of discipline with creating an album and keeping the bar really high is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I tend to love to write lots and lots of music. So it's a temptation to release lots of music.
Sure.
I wanted to do an album that was so focused on quality and on the theme and everything fitting together like a perfect puzzle, that these 12 songs for my 12th album, I feel like we achieved that. And I'm really happy about that.
So you mentioned a couple of things there. First, what is the theme of the album, if you would describe it as one like theme, if that's possible?
I would say it's everything that was going on behind the curtain.
Okay. And then what are the goals? You said something like what would be like your main goals with this album?
My main goals were melodies that were so infectious that you're almost angry at it. And lyrics that are just as vivid, but crisp and focused and completely intentional.
Check.
So it's like, I feel like we actually came together in a really beautiful way, the three of us, Shellback, Max, and I, where we had a conversation about how Max was like, I loved folklore. I loved the storytelling on folklore. I don't want that to change. Like, just because we're making these infectious anthems, like, I don't want you to leave that behind. And I was like, I don't think I couldn't if I tried. So at this point, I
got some stuff to say.
I'm married to that kind of writing, you know? And so it was really amazing that we were able to, without doing too much overthinking, we were able to get in there, and it was just ideas flying. And all of these ideas were like, we've been waiting years to come back together and make this project. It felt really
You are going to move. You are. This album is going to make you dance.
October 3rd? Do I have to wait till October 3rd?
Yes, you do, Jason.
Yeah.
God damn it! This is unfair.
We don't trust you at all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, smart. I completely get it. Completely get it. The artwork. How do you settle on a front piece of like artwork for an album?
This represents the end of my night.
Okay.
Right. So like when I'm on tour, I have the same day every single day. It's another reason why we have a very similar life. His game days are the same days every day. His practice days are the same every day. His meetings, his schedule. My show days are the same every single day. I just happen to be in a different city. Yeah. And my day ends with me in a bathtub, not usually in a bedazzled dress.
Sure. Well, it's got to be, it's on the front of an album.
We try to keep it decent, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to sort of like glamorize all the different aspects of how that tour felt. And that's how that felt, to like be at the end of the night when all this has gone down. You won't be able to get to bed till 4 a.m. after this, but you had to jump through 50 million hoops in this obstacle course that is your show. And you did it. You got 2 more in a row, but you did it tonight.
That's all that matters.
And the reason I wanted to have it sort of like an offstage moment as the main album cover is because this album isn't really about what happened to me on stage. It's about what I was going through off stage. So it's like you know, I didn't want to have like the lights are bright, I'm on the stage as the main album cover. It's just this to me tells more of what the actual contents lyrically of the album are. Got it. Which is the life. The life
of the showgirl. Not what you're seeing. It's the life.
It's the
behind
life
everything.
Behind it all. It's the life beyond the show.
Okay.
Which is fascinating.
Oh,
Travis, I'm very jealous. Very jealous that you've heard these songs.
As you should be, Jason.
Yes.
As you should be.
I think it's very fitting that it's orange. I mean, it looks like a giant sun. Pull that thing out again. Like it feels like it's going to be full of energy. Like the record itself.
You have no idea, Jason.
All right. Look at that thing. That thing is awesome. That is so cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations,
October 3rd,
Taylor.
baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Everyone, you heard it here first. Woo! You have heard it here first. October 3rd is the release date of the TS12, The Life of a Showgirl.
12 bangers.
Congratulations, Taylor. I know you've been working on this for a long time.
You're going to be moving the entire.
Thank you so much. You can pre-order it now.
You can pre-order it now? There we go.
Yeah, on my website.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. You heard it here first, folks. The Life of a Showgirl is available now. You can pre-order it. And the official release date is 10/3. That's October 3rd.
Yes, sir.
All righty. We are going to move to We Gotta Ask. You don't have to answer. Taylor,
Okay.
I know you're familiar with this segment, but for anybody listening, this is a segment we often get to where our guests, we're going to ask a bunch of rapid fire questions. They are not obligated to answer. As a matter of fact, they are free to tell us to fuck off if they so choose.
Okay, cool.
If you so choose.
All right.
All right. Now, how do you feel about Jason telling his kids that cats are poisonous?
It was actually really a great challenge because as soon as I got the kids around the cats, it was my goal to prove to them that they weren't poisonous. And there's no better way to prove that than to just hand them Benjamin, my ragdoll cat, who lets humans hold him like he's a baby. And I mean, like, my favorite thing ever is just like when Benny will come up to me and just go, "I find Benjamin. I find him." And she's just like over there, just like laying with him and petting him and holding him. And the cats are so good with kids. They're like they're just like, there's like, Meredith is here. I'm like, yep. And you know what? She didn't bite you at all, did she?
No, she didn't.
And if she did bite you, she wouldn't be poisonous. They're like, that's not what our dad said. I'm like, well, I heard you're getting a cat.
Ooh.
I heard this from a very well-placed source.
I will neither confirm nor deny. We'll see if
you're getting like a proper cat. You're getting like a cat that chases mice. What I have are not that.
Yes. I think
they sit around.
There's a chance
there's a happy medium.
There's a chance I've been talked into a barn cat that does not go inside, that will survive off of rodents in the field.
Jesus.
Those
guard our
girls
house.
are going to be sneaking that cat into
There's
their beds
no
every
way that
single night.
cat
I will say
is
this is
gonna
why I
live
lie to
outside.
my kids though, I want them to be able to be critical thinkers. They need to realize it's
Yeah.
absurd to think this, and you handing them Benjamin and then and then walking them through critical thinking ability.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they won't believe something
Yeah.
that every moron tells them on the internet. Right?
Yeah, it was really like, I know it wasn't helpful for you, but it
No, it's
really, like, it was helpful for me.
My
because
allergies are going to be in severe.
I think you might be, I don't even know if the allergies are a thing, Jason. I think you just
I've had
dislike
an
the
allergy
cats.
test, Taylor. I've had an allergy
Oh,
test.
yeah. They tell you
Allegedly.
everything.
Allegedly. I'd like to see a copy of it.
Fair enough.
It's
All
just,
right.
I think that you just like maybe don't like.
I think some cats I get down with. I always like Flash growing up, the cat that we had.
What did
Flash
you think
was
of? What
OG.
did you think of my three cats? My three perfect.
Well, the only
little
one that would go
angels?
near me was Benjamin.
Yeah, because the other two can sense that you had resting cat
Hatred.
hair face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be it. All right. If you had to choose to bake one thing to show off your baking skills, what would you choose?
Oh, right now it would be my cinnamon swirl sourdough.
Cinnamon swirl sourdough? I
But
thought you were going to go Pop-Tarts. I really did.
Pop Tarts. It depends on who I'm baking for. The Pop Tarts. God, I just love making pop music and Pop Tarts. I love it.
I didn't even put those two together, but that makes a ton of sense.
Been really experimenting with the flavors there because we got now wild blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, the original, and Kylie got me baking the cinnamon sugar.
You're doing that now. Okay.
Yes.
Well, if I
And-
may, we need an orange Pop-Tart now. We need,
I mean,
Like an
I'll
like an
do
orange
it if
cream?
you really want me to, like with like a marmalade, like an orange marmalade in the middle, and then
an
a
orange-
little orange extract.
Paddington
and the
Bear? Little
icing.
Paddington Bear
Okay,
Pop-Tart?
okay. No, I can get with this. I just didn't see the vision until now, and now I think it's kind of genius.
You've ruined Pop-Tarts outside of yours, just so you know.
Thank you, thank
They'd
you
never
so
be
much.
the same for me either.
Oh,
So now I got to try the cinnamon swirl sourdough, though. If you're putting that above Pop-Tarts,
yeah. I'm gonna send some over.
It's a banger.
perfect. All right. There's rumor that you played the bear in Happy Gilmore 2 in the scene
my
where Travis has
God.
honey put on him.
Oh
Can you
my
confirm
God.
or deny this rumor?
I can deny. Like this
that would've
is
been so
one of those
perfect.
ones where like we'll send it to each other and be like, "Hey, did you hear I was the bear?" And there he's like, "Yeah, you hear we bought a house in Lake Como." Like,
Yeah, right?
we're just sort of like at this point we're just like, of course they think I'm inside of a bear costume. Like I'm honored to be thought of in that context because I loved that movie so much. I watched it multiple times.
It's great.
Loved it so much. Whoever did the bear acting was
Solid bear.
exquisite.
Crushed.
Exquisite performance.
Bad Bunny and the bear killed that scene. And
Yeah,
Travis.
Bad Bunny. He absolutely delighted me in that movie.
He was so good.
Would you like a
He's
breadstick?
amazing. His comedic timing is so good. There's this one part where they look over, where they're like, "Who did that?" And like his name is Oscar. His character's name is Oscar in it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's like his brother gets hit by the golf ball, and they look over and they're like, "Who did that? Who
He's
did
got
that?"
that
And
look on
they
his face.
do. There's a face that Bad Bunny makes, and they do the kind of the
Zoom
quick
in.
pan in, the zoom,
Yeah.
and it was just. I was like, "Who thought of that? How did they know he could be that?" I was like, I watched it 5 times.
Benito kills it. He absolutely
really
kills
He's
it.
so funny. He's so good, but he's also like.
No.
But I felt so much for this character. I'm so excited to go to his restaurant. Like I thought this was a real man. I believed this.
Whose idea was arriving to the Eras Tour stage via a cleaning cart?
Mine. That's a weird idea that's my type of weird idea.
Where did that come from?
Well, when you're putting on a first show of a tour like that, you're not just performing for the entire stadium, you're performing for the entire internet. And so I wanted to curate and really romanticize the images that they were seeing first. So I didn't want them to see my first outfit and my first look, which would have given away what the first era was. Before, when I'm walking up the ramp behind the stage, there's all these fans that are seated behind the stage at certain angles where they would have been able to film it. I didn't want that to be the first thing people saw from the Eras Tour. I wanted it to be the huge Lover motif, and they're surprised and delighted by the fact that Lover is the first era we're doing. And that's the first time they've seen that Versace bodysuit all lit up, like like once the lights hit that
Super
thing,
suit.
it's just like,
Yeah.
I love that outfit so much. And so it was really about preserving kind of like the sanctity of a surprise moment, right? So I kind of thought I might only do it for night one, and then I just got attached to it. I was like, I find this fun.
It's the perfect intro. It really is.
There's a like weird little side of me that likes sneaking around, and I think the fans found it funny too. They're like, "What a
And very, very
weirdo!
sneaky.
We've come to see a weirdo in concert. Why is she doing that?" I don't know. Why did I make it look like a mop cart? I don't know, man. There's just like so if you can't have fun with the hijinks of this thing, there's enough stress that goes into this. If you can't get joy from silly little things like the mop cart, man,
Yeah.
You need to live a
you're
little.
doing it wrong.
Loosen up.
Live a little.
Loosen up.
Get into a fake mop cart. Everyone knows you're in there, but you're in there like, I'm sneaking around. Nobody knows I'm in here. Everyone knows you're in there. But it's like, it's one of those things like I work so hard to try to surprise fans. And they're like, I don't want to be surprised. Sometimes they really don't think they want to be surprised and want to figure stuff out.
No, they do.
But then I know that when I can really get them and surprise them, that it was so worth it. Because that's what entertainment is, really. It's just giving people something to escape, to sink their teeth into, to like, we're world building, you know?
Yeah,
That's what the whole tour was. Hopefully people never thought that we'd go on this podcast and announce an album. Like I was hoping that that's something that the fans would be like, that's from left field. Like if we accomplish that, then that's,
She went out with those two idiots to release this?
Man, things are really getting dark for Taylor.
All right. We ask all of our guests this.
Yep.
What is your welcome to the NFL moment?
Oh, I'd say it was the first time I stepped on the field, which would have been when you won the AFC Championship.
Baltimore.
The first season that I was with you, and it was in Baltimore, and we're in the suite, and he's just won the AFC Championship. We're freaking out. Everybody's screaming. And his mom goes, all right, let's go down to the field. And I was like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
We're going where? And she's like, we're going down to the field. And I was like, did he say that that's okay? Like, because we hadn't talked about this. There was no like, hey, if I win this game.
I didn't want to jinx it.
Yeah, he doesn't jinx anything, which I respect actually. Like, I'm all about that. But we hadn't had a conversation about it. So I'm like, is he going to be like, what are you doing down here, dude? It
was Mama knows best.
Presumptuous.
Mama knows best. She knew I wanted
and
you
so
down
she
there.
was like, trust me, he wants you there. And I was like, okay, well, she would know. And so I'm walking out onto this field, and it's just like, oh my God. There's so many lights.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
I've never seen this many cameras. I've never seen this much media in my life, and I've seen a lot of media.
Yeah.
And then the media sees me, and they're like, ah! And then they just start running at me, and I'm looking at you, and then you're screaming into the mic, because when there's a mic and there's Travis, like he physically needs to scream into it.
Of course. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's like, so basically I'm experiencing this whole heightened scenario that I had no idea 5 minutes before I was going to be experiencing. And it's one of my most cherished memories, because I was so proud of you. And
I was so proud that you came down there to enjoy that moment.
It was so magical. It was so fun. It's like crazy. It's crazy to get to see someone you love work that hard and then have that kind of like euphoric payoff where you're like,
for sure,
you did it. Like you did it underlined 100 times. You did like you did it.
Human exclamation point.
What do you mean you're going to the Super Bowl? That's crazy. Like, yeah, I had such a great rookie year. It was crazy.
It was a great year. What is your welcome to, like, I don't know if it's like singer, like being a pop star, being a performer. Yeah. What is your welcome to the industry moment in that regard?
Oh my God. Man, I actually never really allowed myself to feel like the you've arrived thing.
Sure.
I've just now started to be able to really be in a moment when I'm in the moment. That's why I'm so glad that the Eras Tour happened when I'm an adult, because I was able to completely and totally soak in these moments while I'm planning, obviously, what I'm doing next in the show. But like when I'm at the end of that show and I'm standing there taking it in, that's me 100% present. But, you know, starting to do this when I was putting out my first album when I was like 16, I was always on to the next plan. And that I get joy in planning. So it's not like I wasn't happy with that, but I never allowed myself to say, you've arrived, you've made it. I was always like, how are you going to get to make the next project? And it was all about, it was all about the higher I climbed, the more creative control I had and the more fun I had making stuff. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was not the altitude I was reaching. There was more pressure every step of the way, but I was getting more creative control and freedom every time. Yeah. And that is why it felt so much more special to keep working harder to get to new levels. It's not like, oh, like I can afford to buy this or whatever. Like it not to discount that. Yeah. But for me, every time I got higher up on a new rung of the ladder, I could make stuff in a more focused and free and autonomous way.
What else would you want as an artist?
I never really let myself be like, I've made it. But the Eras tour, I was like, oh, this is different. Like this is nothing like what I've ever experienced before. It was so much better than anything.
And literally
I've ever
while
before.
She's doing that, she's still creating the next thing.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy to me.
I love it. I love
live show Sweden. Yeah, that's what it's.
No, I adore what I do. I absolutely love it, and I love then taking the songs and writing a treatment for a music video and directing the music video. Like all of the things that I get to do now, I'm so grateful for the ability to create. Like that's still what drives all of it.
Well, us Swifties appreciate your dedication.
We are very grateful for this as well.
Thanks, guys.
All righty. Do you have any questions for us? We're kind of out of the questions for this section. Is there anything you wanted to ask Travis or I? I mean, you have you put Travis on the spot right now.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh God.
Well, I don't know. I was wondering how that wax is growing in. Like, how because I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks about it, and I just feel like it's really important for you to like make sure that those hairs don't grow in.
Getting a little itchy, bud.
No, it's fine.
When you go from fur to no fur at all,
and you can wear us cows. We got some thick hair.
It's like important to figure out. Like, I mean,
like
just
a bear.
Don't tell us too much. How are we doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
We're managing it.
We're not managing it. That's how we're managing it. Is we're not managing it.
Okay.
It's fortunate for me. My hair grows fast.
Yep.
It's coarse. It's got a texture that was difficult for about a couple weeks. Very itchy.
Yep. That's what I thought.
We've passed that phase now. And
are we going to do it again? Do you think?
I don't think so. And listen, shout out to the people in downtown Philadelphia. They did a great job.
European wax.
I don't think it's going to be a recurring bit.
Yeah, it was the best it could have been.
I also don't think I'm going to find myself in a Speedo again.
Jason walked into a door that said European wax
and was treated with the utmost respect and class.
He had to try it in order to know. That's life. You know, it feels important that you did it. And also it's because now you know.
Because
now you know.
I know what
I always say that after I make unfortunate judgment calls.
Right?
Well, now I know.
Now I know.
Had to try it.
The one thing I didn't try was
wasn't great. Wouldn't do it again.
Yep.
Right. And on that note,
now you know.
Thanks for having me.
Tay, thank you so much for hopping on. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you so much for hopping on. You are the best. This has been a blast. I think Kylie enjoyed being the #1 most viewed episode for her time that she had. This is.
Don't you do that to Kylie?
Don't do that.
It's not about Kylie.
You guys throw Kylie under the bus, you're going to pay for it.
That was uncalled for. Why didn't Elliot already do it?
You'll find out.
That's right. And that's a wrap, folks, on another episode of New Heights. Thank you to our guest, Taylor Swift, for joining us on the show. Life of a Showgirl comes out October 3rd. Pre-order is now available on TaylorSwift.com. Reminder, New Heights will be back to kick off the NFL season August 27th. Make sure you subscribe to the New Heights channel on YouTube and follow New Heights in the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
All right, now, once again, New Heights, a Wondery show Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. And thanks to our production and crew always for your editing skills and making us look entirely better than what we are. Taylor got to see this firsthand, actually.
Thanks, guys. It's been great.
And to the 92 percenters and to the Swifties, we love you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh,
God.
where to go from here?
I went. There was confetti all over it. Oh, this is like when the cats taste something that they're confused by. This is my favorite impression he does. The cat ate something, it doesn't know what it is. That gets me every time. Fucking gets me every time, man. I will laugh at that. I will fall off the couch laughing at that if he'll do it
Some love stories arrive quietly. This one arrived with a stadium full of witnesses. For 3 years, the American public has had a front row seat to one of the most talked about romances in modern pop culture, pop superstar Taylor Swift and Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. What began as a lighthearted confession on a football podcast turned into stadium cameos, championship rings, a sparkling engagement announcement, and finally, on July 3rd, 2026, vows exchanged inside New York's Madison Square Garden, the very city where their story as a public couple first took shape. If you've followed this romance from the beginning, you know it has felt less like typical celebrity news and more like watching a rom-com unfold one real-life scene at a time. The awkward missed connection, the podcast confession heard by millions, the stadium sweet kiss seen around the world, the whirlwind of award shows and vacations, and finally, the wedding that shut down a piece of Manhattan for 2 straight days. Grab a cup of coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and let's walk through it all. The milestones, the quotes, the outfits, the heartbreaks, the celebrations, and the wedding day itself. This is the complete story of Taylor and Travis, told the way it deserves to be told, with all the warmth, all the detail, and all the joy of a love story that, against every odds stacked against a life lived in public, actually got its happy ending. Every great love story needs an origin moment, and this one begins not with a meet cute, but with a meet that didn't happen at all. It was July 2023, and Taylor Swift's record-breaking Eras tour rolled into Kansas City, Missouri, for a stop at Arrowhead Stadium, home turf of the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce, the team's veteran tight end, was in the crowd that night, and he came prepared. He'd had a friendship bracelet made, the kind of trinket that had become an unofficial tradition among Eras tour fans, and this one had his phone number tucked inside it. His plan was simple: get backstage, hand it to Taylor, and see what happened. The plan did not work. Travis assumed that because he was on a first-name basis with Arrowhead's elevator operator, he could talk his way backstage. He couldn't. He never made it past security, never got the meeting, and left the stadium without so much as a hello. He was, in his own words on a later episode of his podcast, New Heights, which he co-hosts with his brother Jason Kelce, thoroughly annoyed about it. He aired his frustration on the show, joking that he'd made a bracelet nobody would ever see, and the podcast even posted on social media asking, half-jokingly, if anyone knew how to get a bracelet to Taylor Swift. It could have ended there. A funny, slightly self-deprecating story about a professional athlete failing to meet a pop star. Instead, it became the opening scene of a love story because Taylor heard about it. Months later, she would describe the whole episode as something that felt like it belonged in a 1980s teen movie, comparing Travis's public plea to a character standing outside her window with a boombox, asking her out for the world to hear. She said she found the audacity of it oddly charming, the kind of gesture that told her exactly what she was dealing with before they'd even spoken. By September 2023, speculation was already swirling. Travis had, by his own admission, made progress. When pressed by an interviewer about rumors he and Taylor were now in contact, he stayed coy, offering only a shrug of a response. It was clear something was happening. He just wasn't ready to say what. Then later that month, the world got its answer. Travis Kelce invited Taylor Swift to a Chiefs home game at Arrowhead Stadium. She showed up. She sat in his suite. Kansas City won. And the photographs of Taylor Swift cheering, laughing, and celebrating alongside Travis's mother, Donna Kelce, were everywhere within hours. It was official. The English teacher and the gym teacher, as Taylor would later nickname the two of them, were a couple. If the friendship bracelet story was the meet cute, the fall of 2023 was the moment the whole country realized this wasn't a fling. It was the real thing, playing out on some of the biggest stages in America. Every Sunday became appointment viewing not just for football fans, but for anyone curious about the world's most unlikely new power couple. Cameras found Taylor Swift in owners' boxes and suites at Chiefs games throughout the season, sitting alongside Donna Kelce, high-fiving after touchdowns, and occasionally being caught mid-conversation about the game itself. Sports commentary shows that had never discussed a pop star's dating life before suddenly couldn't stop. Then, that November, Taylor brought Travis into her world. During a tour stop in Argentina, she made a small but unmistakable change to the lyrics of one of her songs during the performance, tucking in a playful nod to the guy on the Chiefs, who was coming home to her. The crowd roared. Video clips of the moment spread across every platform within minutes. It was Taylor's way of doing on stage what Travis had done on his podcast, telling the world exactly how she felt, without needing to sit for a formal interview about it. Their families were folding into the story, too. At that same Argentina show, Taylor's father, Scott Swift, was photographed standing beside a visibly thrilled Travis, applauding along with the crowd, a small moment that spoke volumes about how quickly Travis had been welcomed into Taylor's inner circle. By the time Time magazine named Taylor Swift its Person of the Year at the end of 2023, the relationship was no longer speculation. It was simply part of her story, and she spoke about it herself in the accompanying interview. She explained that the whole relationship had essentially started because Travis had put her on blast on his podcast, and that she found the boldness of it metal as hell. She also revealed something that surprised a lot of casual observers. By the time she made her first appearance at a Chiefs game, the two were already a couple. The public simply hadn't caught up yet. Nothing accelerates a celebrity romance narrative quite like the Super Bowl, and the Kelce Swift story got not one, but 2 consecutive trips to football's biggest stage. In February 2024, the Chiefs made it to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, and Taylor Swift was there, flying in directly from an Eras tour stop in Tokyo to make it in time for kickoff, a logistical feat that made headlines all its own. When the Chiefs won in overtime, the image that ran on nearly every front page the next morning was the two of them embracing on the field, Travis still in his jersey and pads, Taylor throwing her arms around him amid the confetti. It was, for many casual fans, the moment the relationship stopped being tabloid fodder and started feeling like something genuinely rooting for Abel, 2 people who were clearly, visibly happy for each other. A few months later, in June 2024, Travis returned the favor in the most public way possible. During Taylor's Eras tour stop at Wembley Stadium in London, Travis Kelce joined her on stage in front of tens of thousands of fans, a full-circle moment for a couple whose story had started with him trying and failing to get anywhere near her show. Afterward, on his podcast, he admitted with visible relief that the whole thing had gone off without a hitch, joking that he was just glad he hadn't embarrassed Taylor in front of her fans. That same summer, Travis was asked directly, during an appearance on another podcast, whether he had any interest in keeping the relationship low-key. He made it clear he didn't. He spoke plainly about being proud of who he was dating and having no interest in hiding it. It was a small comment, but it set the tone for how the couple would handle their fame for the next several years. Not performing for cameras, but also never pretending the relationship wasn't real, significant, and worth celebrating out loud. Taylor echoed that same energy a few months later. Accepting an award at the MTV Video Music Awards in September 2024, she used part of her speech to thank her boyfriend by name, telling the crowd that everything he touched seemed to turn into happiness and fun. It was a rare thing, a global superstar using one of the biggest stages in music to publicly, unapologetically gush about her relationship in real time. By the following month, Travis was using the word girlfriend openly on his own podcast, describing Taylor in glowing terms as someone whose talent and work ethic left him in awe, and joking, self-deprecatingly, that he sometimes felt like he was just there to support her. Not every chapter of this love story happened in a stadium. Some of the most telling moments came from the quiet stretches in between, the off-season trips, the family gatherings, the small habits that reveal who two people really are when the cameras aren't rolling, even when, inevitably, they still found the cameras. Travis Kelce shared photos from a boat trip in the summer of 2025, the two of them relaxed and sunlit, matching hats tilted at the same angle, a small, playful detail that fans immediately zeroed in on. It marked one of the first times Travis posted photos of Taylor on his own public Instagram account, a signal that the relationship had moved from something documented mostly by paparazzi and fan accounts to something the couple was actively, happily sharing themselves. Around the same time, Travis opened up in a magazine interview about what made the relationship work. He talked about the particular kind of understanding that comes from dating someone who also lives under constant public scrutiny, someone who knows what it's like to be exhausted after a show, who understands the specific toll of performing for people who don't ultimately know you. He described watching Taylor's eras tour up close and being stunned by the sheer physical demand of it, comparing her admiringly to an elite athlete, even though she'd never describe herself that way. Their bond with each other's families deepened, too. Taylor became especially close with Travis's brother Jason and his wife, Kylie Kelce, and their 4 young daughters, Wyatt, Elliot, Bennett, and Finley. In one particularly sweet detail that later came out, Taylor revealed she'd taken up sourdough baking as a hobby and had been developing a special, funfetti sourdough loaf, packed with rainbow sprinkles, specifically because the Kelce girls loved anything colorful. She also talked about introducing the girls to her 3 cats, Meredith, Olivia, and Benjamin, making a particular point of handing them her ragdoll cat, Benjamin, who she said was gentle enough to be held, like a baby. It's a small window into the relationship, but it's a telling one. Long before any wedding planning began, Taylor Swift was already baking bread for Travis's nieces and letting them hold her cats. For a couple whose romance played out largely in stadiums and on red carpets, these were the moments that suggested something sturdier underneath the spectacle, a woman folding herself into a football family's Sunday dinner rhythms, not just showing up for the cameras. By the summer of 2025, after 2 years of very public devotion, fans had started doing the math. The couple had weathered a full football season, 2 Super Bowl runs, a world tour, countless red carpets, and a level of media scrutiny that has ended plenty of celebrity relationships. If anything, they seem to be getting steadier, not shakier. The answer came on August 26, 2025, in the form of a joint Instagram post that instantly became one of the most liked and most discussed celebrity announcements of the year. 5 photographs told the story: a flower-covered proposal setting, Travis down on one knee, and a close-up shot of the ring that sent jewelry writers into overdrive. Taylor's caption paired the news with a wink of humor that felt exactly right for the two of them, referring to herself and Travis as your English teacher and your gym teacher, a nod to the unlikely pairing of a literary-minded singer-songwriter and a tight end, and the caption ended with a small firework emoji, as if to say, here's the big finale. The ring itself became its own headline. It was later confirmed to be an old mine brilliant cut diamond, a vintage-inspired cut prized by collectors for its warmth and soft, camelot sparkle rather than the sharper, more modern brilliance of a typical round diamond. The piece was custom designed through a collaboration between Travis and Kindred Lubeck, a goldsmith, hand engraver, and vintage jewelry specialist at Artifacts Fine Jewelry in New York City, a detail that told fans Travis hadn't simply walked into a store and pointed at a case. He'd thought about it, sourced a design that suited Taylor's well-documented love of vintage aesthetics, and worked with an artisan to get it right. A few weeks later, on Travis's own podcast, Taylor sat down for what would become one of the most watched episodes in the show's history. Jason Kelce would later call it the most viewed episode New Heights had ever aired. In it, Taylor filled in details the public had been dying to know. She revealed that Travis's attempt to reach her hadn't gone through any official channel at all. He'd assumed a friendly relationship with a stadium elevator operator would somehow get him backstage, a plan Taylor found both baffling and completely endearing in hindsight. She confirmed she still had never actually seen the original friendship bracelet he'd made. She also gave the podcast audience one of the more quotable lines of the entire courtship, describing Travis as a kind of human exclamation point, someone whose presence in a room seemed to brighten and amplify everything around him. It was enough to visibly move Jason Kelce, who got emotional on air listening to his brother described that way. The proposal news broke everywhere within minutes. Network news, morning shows, and entertainment outlets all leading with it the same day. And months later, reflecting on the moment during an appearance on a late-night talk show, Taylor put the whole thing simply. This was the person she got to spend every day with, forever, and that idea, spelled out so plainly, was, in her words, the whole point of it. Once the ring was official, the couple didn't retreat from public life. If anything, the following months found them more visible than ever, but with a new, settled quality to their appearances. They were photographed together at industry events throughout the winter and spring, including a widely covered appearance at the iHeartRadio Music Awards in March 2026, where photographers caught the two of them sharing an affectionate moment that ran across entertainment sites the next morning. They also showed up courtside for a National Basketball Association playoff game that spring, cheering enthusiastically as fans in the arena caught on and put them on the Jumbotron. The football season brought its usual rituals, too. Fall found Taylor back in the owner's suite for Chiefs games, cheering on her fiancé the same way she had for the past several seasons, while Travis continued hosting his podcast and occasionally teasing wedding details he insisted he wouldn't actually reveal. Behind the scenes, speculation about wedding planning became something of a national pastime in its own right. Entertainment outlets tracked venue permits, dress code rumors, and vendor sightings with the intensity usually reserved for royal weddings. Through it all, both families stayed remarkably tight-lipped. Travis's mother, Donna Kelce, was repeatedly asked by reporters whether she'd been asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement ahead of the big day. She brushed the question off with warmth, insisting there was no need for paperwork. She said simply that her son and future daughter-in-law already knew she could keep a secret. Donna did let slip a few charming details along the way. Asked about the traditional mother-son dance, she admitted she wasn't sure yet what to expect, though she reminisced about dancing to a classic party anthem at her older son Jason's wedding back in 2018, joking that she'd have to see what she could muster for round two. As speculation mounted about where the ceremony might happen, reporters zeroed in on New York City. Fitting, since it was the location of the couple's very first date back in 2023. By late June, permit filings with the city's street activity permit office all but confirmed the location. Madison Square Garden, the legendary arena with a banquet capacity of over 1,000 guests, airtight security, no exterior windows for prying long lens cameras, and, perhaps most poetically, a building steeped in New York City history, the same city where it had all begun. Fans noticed something else, too. The wedding date under discussion, July 3rd, fell on the eve of Independence Day weekend in 2026, which happened to mark the 250th anniversary of the United States. It's also, as longtime fans know well, Taylor's favorite holiday of the year, one she typically celebrates with a large gathering at her home in Rhode Island. Getting married the night before felt, to many, like exactly the kind of detail Taylor would have planned on purpose. By the final week of June 2026, Madison Square Garden had effectively become the most watched building in America. Fans began gathering outside the arena in the days leading up to the event, camping out on sidewalks despite rising summer temperatures, hoping for even a glimpse of a delivery truck or a familiar face. A video that circulated widely on social media at the end of June showed workers laying down a striking red carpet at the arena's VIP entrance, about as clear a confirmation as anyone needed that something big was imminent. Reporters and paparazzi staked out every entrance. Black SUVs with tinted windows came and went throughout the week, their passengers a mystery until departure photos surfaced hours later. Local news helicopters hovered. It was, by any measure, a wedding covered with the scale and intensity usually reserved for a presidential inauguration or a royal event across the Atlantic. Just days before the ceremony, a representative for Taylor Swift confirmed one of the loveliest details of the entire celebration. The couple had made a combined $26 million donation to 20 different charitable organizations across New York City and the broader United States, a way, it seemed, of marking their happiness by extending some of it outward before the party even began. The celebration unfolded over 2 evenings. On Thursday, the couple hosted a smaller, more intimate gathering inside the arena for roughly 100 guests, thought by many observers to be the rehearsal dinner, held in a venue most couples would never dream of using for anything but a concert or a championship game. An SUV believed to be carrying Taylor was spotted arriving around 5 o'clock that evening, and for both nights, organizers enforced a strict no-phone policy for every single person inside the building, guests, vendors, and security alike, a near-impossible feat of discretion for a couple this famous, and one that mostly succeeded in keeping the finer details private until the couple was ready to share them. Friday, July 3rd, was the main event. As evening approached, the arena's exterior screens, usually reserved for advertisements or Knicks and Rangers game promotions, lit up with a simple, glowing message for anyone walking past on 7th Avenue. JUST&T MARRIED, a playful nod to the couple's first names fused together. It was equal parts wedding announcement and pun, and it was, fittingly, one of the most talked-about single images of the entire event. The guest list read like a cross-section of the last decade of American pop culture. Photographers camped outside caught arrivals throughout the evening: actor Hugh Grant and his wife, Anna Elizabeth Eberstein, actress Selena Gomez, model Gigi Hadid and actor Bradley Cooper, director Steven Spielberg, actress Jessica Alba, singer Ed Sheeran, pop sensation Benson Boone, comedian Chris Rock, actor Ethan Hawke, who had appeared in one of Taylor's own music videos, actor Jason Sudeikis, talk show host Jimmy Fallon, singer Gwen Stefani, soccer legend Abby Wambach, arriving alongside author Glennon Doyle, and a healthy contingent from the football world, including 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid. NFL players Chris Jones and Cooper Kupp were also spotted in black tie attire, alongside NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, sportscaster Joe Buck, and television writer-producer Jenny Han. The dress code, guests later confirmed, was black tie, women in floor-length gowns, men in tuxedos finished with black bow ties and satin-striped trousers. Selena Gomez's rehearsal dinner dress choice even sparked its own wave of speculation about which designer might be behind the bride's gown. That designer turned out to be one very close to Taylor's own creative orbit. Both the bride and groom wore custom Christian Dior Haute Couture, with Taylor's gown designed in close collaboration with the label's creative director, Jonathan Anderson, the two of them reportedly working hand in hand on every detail of her ceremony look. No official wedding photos were released to the public in the immediate aftermath, keeping at least one part of the day entirely, delightfully private. Rather than a traditional wedding party of bridesmaids and groomsmen, the couple kept things intimate and symbolic. Taylor's brother, Austin Swift, stood up for her as her man of honor, while Travis's brother, Jason Kelce, his co-host, closest confidant, and the very person he'd complained to on that podcast back in 2023, served as best man. There was no one else standing at the altar. Given how the story began, on a podcast the two brothers recorded together, it was hard to imagine anyone more fitting to stand beside Travis on his wedding day. Officiating the ceremony was actor and comedian Adam Sandler, a longtime friend of the couple. Sandler had co-starred with Travis in his 2025 comedy sequel, and he had spoken warmly and publicly about the couple's relationship on more than one occasion, including telling a late-night host that his own daughters knew every word to Taylor's songs, adding, with fatherly pride, that he did too. Officiating the wedding of two of the most famous people in America is no small task, but few people in Hollywood had a closer, more organic connection to the couple than Sandler did. According to sources with knowledge of the ceremony, the vows exchanged inside were, in the description offered by one television host who spoke with attendees afterward, deeply loving, the kind of ceremony that had guests, by all accounts, wiping away tears rather than reaching for their phones, which, per the no-phone policy, they didn't have with them anyway. As night fell and the party continued inside, the scene outside grew almost cinematic. Fans who had waited for hours in the heat suddenly saw the JUST&T MARRIED message flash across the screens, and, in a detail almost too perfect for the story, rain began to fall over Manhattan at nearly the exact same moment a press release confirming the marriage went out to media outlets, an unplanned, weather-generated flourish that felt, to more than one reporter on the scene, like the city itself was marking the occasion. Guests began departing well after midnight, streaming out of the arena on foot and in blacked-out vehicles as photographers documented the exodus almost as thoroughly as they had the arrivals. Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper were driven off together in the early hours of Saturday morning. Selena Gomez departed shortly after. Chris Rock was photographed still laughing from inside a departing SUV. Hugh Grant and his wife were pictured walking out on foot, seemingly in no hurry to leave the moment behind. By Saturday morning, representatives for both Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce had confirmed to news outlets what half of America had already guessed from the flashing arena screens. The two were officially married. Chapter 8.5. Inside the reception, what we know about the party. Weddings of this scale rarely give up their secrets easily, and this one was no exception. But enough details filtered out in the days afterward to paint a picture of just how personal the celebration felt beneath all that security. Guests who spoke to reporters described an atmosphere that felt, despite the arena setting, surprisingly warm and unpretentious, more long, joyful family dinner than red carpet gala. The strict no-phone policy meant that for one of the only times in either of their adult lives, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got to celebrate a milestone entirely free of the instant, scrolling commentary that usually accompanies their every public move. No selfies leaking early. No blurry crowd-shot videos beating the official announcement to the internet. Just a room full of the people who actually mattered, present in the moment, with nowhere else for their attention to go. The choice of Madison Square Garden as a venue took on extra meaning once guests were inside. This is, after all, a building that has hosted championship celebrations, legendary concerts, and some of the most electric nights in American entertainment history, and for one weekend, it became the site of a wedding instead, its usual roar of 18,000 fans replaced by roughly 1,000 guests in black tie. Gathered under the same rafters where Taylor herself had performed and where Travis's football career had been celebrated more than once. Details about the meal, the music, and the exact structure of the ceremony were kept remarkably close to the vest, a rarity in an era when almost nothing stays private for long. What did emerge painted a picture of thoughtful, personal touches throughout. Family members woven into meaningful roles rather than a traditional bridal party, a charitable donation announced not as a publicity flourish timed for maximum press coverage, but disclosed matter of factly just before the celebration began, and a guest list that leaned more toward genuine friendship than industry obligation. Steven Spielberg and Ed Sheeran, Tom Brady and Andy Reid, Selena Gomez and Chris Rock. This was not a list assembled for optics. It was a list built from years of overlapping friendships, football Sundays, awards show green rooms, and in more than one case, actual family ties. By the time the last black SUVs pulled away from the curb outside Madison Square Garden in the small hours of Saturday morning, New York City had hosted what may be remembered as the single biggest celebrity wedding weekend in a generation, and yet, thanks to careful planning, most of what made it special never made it to a single photograph. It would be easy to focus purely on the spectacle, the guest list, the gown, the arena rented out like a private ballroom, the $26 million charitable gesture. And all of that matters. It's part of what made this wedding one of the most covered entertainment stories of the year. But strip away the red carpets and the security perimeters, and what's left is a genuinely old-fashioned love story. Two people who met because one of them worked up the nerve to say, publicly and a little clumsily, that he wanted to know her. A woman who could have written the whole thing off as a headline-chasing stunt, but instead heard something sincere in it. 3 years of showing up for each other, in stadiums on tour stops, in delivery rooms of extended family, in sourdough starter jars and cat introductions, long before either of them said, I do. For an audience of women who have lived through their own share of relationships, marriages, and long partnerships, there's something quietly relatable underneath all the fame. The way real love often looks less like a single perfect moment and more like a long accumulation of small ones. A missed meeting that turned into an inside joke. A song lyric changed for one specific person in the crowd. A niece taught to hold a cat gently. A brother standing up as best man at the wedding of the two people whose story he helped bring into the world, one podcast episode at a time. Whatever else this wedding was, a media event, a fashion moment, a security operation, it was also, at its core, the ending that romance novels are built on. Two well-known, well-scrutinized people who found in each other exactly what everyone, deep down, is hoping to find. Someone who makes the ordinary feel a little more like an exclamation point. For a couple who spent 3 years in the public eye, style became its own kind of storytelling, a visual diary that fans and fashion writers alike learned to read for clues about where the relationship stood. In the early days, the look was pure football season Americana. Taylor showed up to those first Chiefs games in cozy, layered outfits built for a stadium suite in late autumn. Oversized cardigans, vintage-inspired jackets in Kansas City red, and friendship bracelet stacks on her wrists that fans immediately recognized as a nod to her own tour tradition. It was a deliberately unfussy uniform, the wardrobe of someone settling into bleacher seats rather than dressing for a red carpet, and it told its own story. This wasn't a woman making a splashy fashion statement. She was simply showing up. By the time Super Bowl season rolled around in February 2025, the stakes and the outfits had both grown considerably. For Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, Taylor arrived in a crisp white blazer paired with white boots, finished off with a red purse that fashion outlets spent days dissecting for hidden meaning. Was it a nod to team colors? A callback to a specific handbag from her own archive? Whatever the intention, it was a look built for cameras, and it worked. Every angle of that outfit made its way across entertainment coverage within hours of the opening kickoff. Awards season brought its own evolution. At the iHeartRadio Music Awards in March 2026, the couple's red carpet appearance together marked one of the first times as an engaged pair that they dressed for an event with that specific brand of coordinated, photographed intentionality. Not matching outfits, exactly, but a visual harmony that read, to anyone watching, as a couple entirely comfortable being looked at together. And then, of course, there was the wedding itself. The decision to dress both bride and groom in custom Christian Dior Haute Couture was, in its own quiet way, one of the most telling fashion statements of the entire relationship. Taylor has spent much of her career aligning herself with the storied elegance of heritage fashion houses, and working directly with Dior's creative director on her ceremony look signaled that this dress wasn't an off-the-rack purchase or a rush job. It was a garment built, stitch by stitch, in collaboration with one of the most respected ateliers in the world, designed specifically for the two of them and for that particular Manhattan evening. For a woman who has built an entire artistic identity around narrative detail, Easter eggs, callbacks, hidden references, it would be a surprise if there weren't small, deliberate touches woven into that gown that only she and her closest circle will ever fully understand. The black tie dress code extended to guests, too, transforming Madison Square Garden's floor, usually home to basketball games and concerts, into what amounted to one of the most elegant private ballrooms in New York City history for one unforgettable weekend. No love story exists in a vacuum, and this one was shaped as much by the people surrounding the couple as by the couple themselves. Donna Kelce, Travis's mother, became something of a beloved figure in her own right over the course of this relationship. The mom who showed up to suite after suite, who charmed reporters with her warmth, and who became an unofficial ambassador for just how normal, how genuinely family-oriented this romance was underneath all the fame. Her presence at those early Chiefs games alongside Taylor did more to signal the seriousness of the relationship than almost any tabloid headline could have. When she gently brushed off questions about non-disclosure agreements ahead of the wedding, insisting there was no need for paperwork because she already knew how to keep a secret, it was a small moment that captured something bigger, a family that trusted itself and trusted this relationship long before the world had official confirmation of anything. Jason Kelce's role in this story is impossible to overstate. As Travis's brother, his closest confidant, and the co-host of the very podcast where this whole romance became public in the first place, Jason had a front-row seat to every chapter, from the original friendship bracelet complaint to getting visibly emotional listening to Taylor describe his brother as a human exclamation point. His wife, Kylie Kelce, and their 4 young daughters became part of the extended emotional landscape of the relationship too, the ones for whom Taylor developed her now famous rainbow sprinkle sourdough loaf, and the ones she carefully introduced, one gentle ragdoll cat at a time, to a world of fame most children never get close to. That Jason ultimately stood as best man wasn't just tradition, it was a kind of narrative closure. The brother who witnessed the whole thing unfold now standing beside Travis as he made it official. On Taylor's side, her brother Austin Swift serving as her man of honor, a title that itself broke from convention, spoke to a similar closeness. Taylor's father, Scott Swift, had already made his approval visible years earlier, caught on camera applauding at that Argentina tour stop when Taylor first sang her nod to Travis into the lyrics of one of her songs. Then there was the extended circle of friends who'd watched the relationship develop from up close. Her longtime friend Ashley Avignon, frequently by her side at games and outings, Brittany Mahomes, wife of Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who became something of a built-in confidant given how often football brought the two families together, and her closest friend of all, Abigail Anderson, present for the wedding itself, as she has been for so many milestones in Taylor's adult life. And then, naturally, there was Adam Sandler, the actor, comedian, and family friend entrusted with officiating the ceremony itself. Long before he stood at the front of that Madison Square Garden gathering, Sandler had already made his affection for the couple public more than once, appearing on Travis's podcast to gush about the relationship and telling a late-night television host, with real warmth, that his own daughters knew every lyric Taylor had ever written, and, he added, so did he. Casting him as officiant wasn't a celebrity flourish for its own sake. It was, by every account, a choice rooted in genuine friendship, the kind of decision two people make when they want the most important moment of their relationship witnessed by someone who has actually been there on the sidelines, cheering them on the whole time. It's worth pausing here to ask a question that goes beyond the guest list and the gown. Why did so many women, many of them well past their 20s, many of them long married or long divorced, many of them raising teenagers or grandchildren, find themselves so invested in this particular romance? Part of the answer is simple nostalgia. Taylor Swift's music has scored 2 decades of American womanhood. First heartbreak, first real love, first betrayal, first reinvention. Watching her arrive, finally, at a wedding day carries an emotional weight for longtime fans that has nothing to do with celebrity gossip and everything to do with feeling, in some small way, like they've walked the whole road with her. Part of the answer is also about representation of a different, quieter kind. This wasn't a whirlwind romance built entirely on a single viral moment. It took 3 years. 3 years of showing up at unglamorous Tuesday practices and long football seasons, of navigating 2 wildly demanding careers, of blending 2 families, of surviving an ocean of public scrutiny that would have crushed a shakier relationship in months. For women who have built long marriages of their own, who know that real love is made of patience and repetition and small kindnesses far more than of grand gestures, there's something deeply validating about watching 2 of the most famous people in the world discover the exact same truth. And part of it, frankly, is just the pleasure of a well-told story with a happy ending, something increasingly rare in a news cycle otherwise dominated by conflict and division. A friendship bracelet, a missed connection. A mother who knew, instinctively, to send her son's girlfriend down to the field. A brother who cried listening to how his sibling was described. A sourdough loaf made just for the nieces. These are small, human, almost old-fashioned details, and they're exactly the kind of details that make a love story feel real rather than manufactured, even one lived out entirely under stadium lights and camera flashes.